Hello, welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Jubilee and Sun City Radios, Keta, Saboba FM Saboba, and A1 Radio Bolgatanga. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, over 200 students of Ejiso Senior High Technical School displaced following a rainstorm that ripped off a dormitory block, the roof of a dormitory block in the school.
The sheets fell on the high tension wires. In the evening, we helped the boys to sleep in one of their classrooms.
Meanwhile, Joy News is yet to air expose titled Empty Plate, the Free Senior High School Promise, unveils a grim reality where many students barely receive a modest and nutritionally adequate meal.
Sometimes kinky. The kinky they give us stew or sugar with blowfish.
We'll bring you details of that. Also, Upper West Regional Health officials forced to keep dead bodies in wards with patients over the absence of a morgue.
When death occurs, the body is required to be separated from the living immediately. But in the case of our municipality, corpses stay over 24 hours in undesignated areas.
In business, the power sector insolvency to worsen as the Chamber of Independent Power Generators warns of inadequate supply of electricity. Now, we also bring you another Guinness World Record fiasco. Shafaila Abdul Razak fails to set a record for longest cooking marathon. I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Details now. More than 200 students from Ejiso Senior High Technical School have been displaced after a rainstorm tore off the roofing of a dormitory block, causing it to land on high-tension cables and the school's main gate. Additionally, the Krapa MA Junior High School and the Ejiso Experimental Schools also suffered roof damage. Authorities have relocated the affected students to a temporary shelter in a nearby warehouse. My colleague Ohim Interior visited the school and has this report.
Students are not only stranded, but the academic work is disrupted. Municipal Chief Executive for Ejiso, Samuel Odro-Frimpong, who led officials to visit the school, says efforts are being made to resolve the issue of accommodation.
Because the boys slept in the classroom yesterday, that was a temporary measure. We needed to get a place for them this morning. Lucky enough for us, PBC, they have some buildings around. He has given us one of the rooms to transfer all the 150 boys to the place so they can have a place to put their head.
Saturday's heavy rainfall did not only affect Ejiso Senior High Technical School, but also affected Ejiso Experimental School and that of Krapa MA Basic School. Municipal Chief Executive Samuel Odro-Frimpong tells Joy News the Municipal Assembly is collaborating with the Member of Parliament for the area to find lasting solution to the issue.
This is the oldest building so far as this school is concerned. It's been here for almost 80 years. So no wonder it was affected by the rains yesterday.
And that was Ohim Terrier's report. Now, still in education, it has come to light that many students in some schools are scarcely receiving nourishing meals, highlighting just one aspect of the numerous challenges impacting the implementation of the free senior high school system in the country. In our upcoming expose, Empty Plate, the Free Senior High School Promise, we investigate schools where specific students are contending with the difficulty of obtaining even a modest meal. Here are excerpts ahead of the full airing.
Sometimes they'll give you Gary, don't give you this. They'll give you this, they don't give you the Gary. So a school that is not having even 900 students is supposed to have 3 bags a day to feed 900 students.
Every night, these children go to bed burdened with thoughts about what they will eat when they wake up to a new day.
It's all about the quantity, and the jollof too quantity, very small. And then the amount of sauce they serve per table, they are sitting on the table. Very soon. Some people don't even get most of the times.
It is no fault of theirs that the government that promised their parents free education is unable to provide enough food to feed their youthful appetites.
And sometimes kinky. The kinky they give us stew or sugar with no fish.
Empty plate. The free as you just promised. Coming soon on Joe News.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education has released a statement reacting to the trailer saying that it is open to addressing cases of food shortage on campus. My colleague Maxwell Agbagba joins me with details of that statement. What does it say, Maxwell?
Well, it says the Ministry of Education, in response to a recent documentary by Joy News highlighting concerns about poor feeding and irregular food supply in senior high schools, embarked on a comprehensive nationwide visitation and monitoring exercise in collaboration with the media. Now, the objective was to gain a fair understanding of the issues raised and address them appropriately if found to be valid. It says, contrary to the narrative portrayed in the documentary mentioned above, our visitation revealed the following key findings. 1. That schools visited and reports from other schools indicated the maintenance of an adequate stock of food in their storage facilities. 2. There is prompt and up-to-date payment of funds allocated for the purchase of perishable food items to all schools. 3. Feedback from heads of schools and students indicates overall satisfaction with the quality and quantity of food being served. Mangisi.
Thank you, Maxwell Agbagba. Now to the Upper West region, where health officials in the Sisala East municipality are revealing that the lack of a mortuary is forcing them to store corpses in undesignated areas, sometimes along patients in the wards. The unsettling revelation was made during the 2023 Health Performance Conference held in Tumu. Joy News Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
Sisala East Municipal Director of Health Services, Clifford Venn, they were confronted with some key challenges who they believed, if fixed, will enhance the quality of service in the municipality.
The municipal hospital runs on an outmoded, out-of-date X-ray machine that produces poor quality imaging. Hence, most clients requiring X-ray services are referred to, unfortunately, much younger districts for such services.
Next was the lack of a mortuary at the hospital, resulting in corpses being allowed to stay with patients and staff.
When death occurs at the municipal hospital, the body is required to be separated from the living immediately. But in the case of our municipality, the situation is different. Corpses stay over 24 hours in undesignated areas, pending the time relatives will come for them. Hence, the need for mortuary services with its benefits in the municipality.
Now, there's uneasy calm in Tuntukrum in the Amansie South District of the Ashanti region following the death of 3 in a clash between the youth of the area and security men protecting a mining concession. Nana Bachi Yadom has more in the following report.
3 persons have been confirmed dead following a clash between residents of Mansuto Tuntukrum in the Amansie South District and some heavily built men allegedly protecting a mining concession. A resident was allegedly shot to death during a confrontation with a private security operative Saturday afternoon. This infuriated the youth who launched a reprisal and lynched 2 of the alleged attackers. Emmanuel Apia is an eyewitness. Asanko Mine brought in military men to chase out our men when they went to their site. They unfortunately gave warning shots, which put to 2 people who are no more. The truth of the matter is that Asanko Mine unleashed some macho to kill 2 people in this community.
And Anna Boachi Adam with that report. Now, the Ghana Grid Company says it is working to restore power supply to parts of the capital as it blames a fault on its equipment at the Malam substation for Sunday evening's power outage that affected thousands of residents of La Paz, Malam, McCarthy Hills, Weja, and its environs. Some of the affected areas had their power restored around 10:30 p.m. Samuel Mbura has details of that statement. Samuel, what does it say?
Gridco is attributing the power supply interruption yesterday to Western Accra, Winneba, and Takrady yesterday to equipment failure at the Malam substation at 8:38 p.m., but says engineers swiftly isolated the fault, initiating immediate restoration, and most affected customers had power restored by 10:30 p.m. and efforts will continue to restore power in the remaining areas. Gridco has therefore expressed a sincere apology for the inconvenience caused by the interruption. This statement signed by Jifa Bampo, Manager, Corporate Communication Sessions, Ghana Grid Company Limited.
Thank you, Mbura. And before we go, Ghanaian chef Failatu Abdul Razak's attempt to break the world record for the longest cooking marathon by an individual has been unsuccessful. She had intended to beat the official 119-hour record set by Alan Fisher. But in a press release posted on her Instagram page on Sunday, March 3, Chef Faila announced that her attempt did not meet some of the stringent guidelines set by the Guinness World Records Company. And I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. That's how we end the bulletin at 6. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
Ago, mi hearing ya wawa tu, kemba gana nyon, ye joy. Akwabo.
Miawezo.
Mama wana akwabo.
Barka da zuwan watan kasan Ghana, anan gidan Radio Joy.
Obenim busumi, eye Ghana busumi.
Miawezo over Ghana Month Jilla Joy 99.7 FM.
Akwaba, eba Ghana Month on Joy.
Mimabe Akwaba, what Ghana siani lile yazo, what joy. We invite all of you to join us this March as we celebrate Ghana here on Joy 99.7 FM.
During this Ghana Month, you will be treated to our history, tourism, arts and culture,
our music, our food, language, beliefs, and all that makes us unique as a people.
Right here on Joy 99.7 FM.
You'll also get to tell us stories about your region, town, or village and why we should make it a destination.
Celebrating our uniqueness as a people.
Ghana Month on Joy FM.
Ghana Month on Joy.
Ghana Month on Joy.
Ghana Month on Joy.
Ghana Month on Joy. Joyously Ghanaian.
Ghana, we now have freedom.
Millennium Insurance has enhanced its motor insurance policy cover to make life more comfortable for you, our valued clients, and in the event of vehicle breakdown whilst on the road. To ensure your safety and that of your vehicle, Millennium Insurance will ensure that your broken down vehicle is towed to a safe place within 1 hour of call and 30 kilometers radius from the place of breakdown. This service is absolutely free. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, is on standby to be of service to you. Contact us now on 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821, 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
You know your papa see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, papa!
Bobo, so how your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Cause and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Hey, sorry. Chairman Omani. Chairman. Hey, Chairman! Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Only basic bank at your service. We've got what you need for your business and family. Whatever you need, you can call on us. Only basic bank. Only basic bank is for all. We've got the best of service.
service.
No matter your water needs, Syntex has it all. Syntex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Syntex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Syntex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project, or demand, choose Syntex tank. Syntex tank, stress-free. Syntex tank, reliable. Syntex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough.
Pafu biscuit. How was your weekend?
I just wonder why you always add biscuit to Pafu now.
I don't know. It just seems to, roll off the tongue.
Hey.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. You?
Me, I'm okay. At least I'm better than the Ministry of Education this morning.
Oh, Charlie.
Responding to things that haven't even been said yet. Hey. Well, or maybe they are just being proactive. We should congratulate them for being proactive.
Perhaps. But we can't wait for that documentary.
I mean, look, and you see, the funny thing is that in the statement they suggest that we have put out a story that is not backed by facts, right? First of all, we haven't put out a story.
Yeah.
We haven't. No story yet. Am I? So which facts are you saying the story was not backed by?
Is it a damage control sort of a thing?
Well, what an unfortunate attempt to control damage. And the blatancy of it. I mean, so they say they actually went around with the media.
Mm-hmm.
Which media? Which media? Me, I've done a story. I haven't even put it out yet. Then you go and take other journalists and go around with them and come back and tell me that the story that I've done, which I haven't put out yet, is not true.
I mean, if there's a real challenge, let's talk about it and let's address it rather than try to make it look like everything is going on well.
And you see, that is what makes, you see, when they do that, they are suggesting the president is a liar.
Yeah.
Because the president says that this thing needs to be improved. The president said that we should focus on improving free SHS. Even when he was accusing us, when you remember when he said a radio station, has waged a campaign against free SHS. Even in that statement, I remember him saying quite clearly that everybody agrees that free SHS is a good thing. It just needs to be improved. That's what the president said. President said that the thing needs to be improved. So if the president is saying the thing needs to be improved, and you are going around saying the thing is perfect,
it is not perfect.
Then you are contradicting the president.
It is not perfect.
Anyway, it's not for us to say. As for us, dear, we will tell you what those who are in it are saying. It's not for us to. I'm not an SHS student. I don't have a child in SHS.
Yeah.
But those who are, they are there. Those who do, those who have kids in the system are there. Today we'll hear from them. Not from some minister or from some ministry or from somebody sitting in an office who says that he has gone around the country and all is well. No. We'll hear from those who are in it. They will come and tell us whether in fact all is well or not.
Exactly, Kojo.
September will be here as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. He says, Charlie, all of this improvement that we are hearing about, Charlie, it's because we are not paying our bills.
Can't wait to hear him talk about what the true state of our economy is.
Indeed. He'll be here for that. All right. The 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Joy Business Report. First one of the week coming to you thanks to Omni Basic Bank at your service.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, power sector insolvency to worsen as the Chamber of Independent Power Generators or Producers warns of inadequate supply of electricity to the national grid. Also, interest rates fall for the 9th consecutive week running as government records 19.9% oversubscription of T-bills. We've got details coming up. Stay with us. And also later in the bulletin, Finance Committee calls for engagement between GRA and business community to sort out tax concerns. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us this Monday morning. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua on KTU Radio. Now, the power sector is likely to experience an exacerbated debt of about $1.8 billion to the independent power producers by the end of the year. That's according to the Chamber of Independent Power Producers. Now, this prediction is based on the Public Utility Regulatory Commission's decision to further reduce electricity tariffs by 6.56%, warning of inadequate supply of electricity to the national grid. Here's more.
It said natural gas, for instance, sells currently at an average high price of 8.8 US cents, whilst there is a continuous depreciation of the cedi. Again, the generation tariffs are set as automatic upward adjustments necessitated by the increasing variable costs and other increased cost events. It added that the tariff reductions, while beneficial for consumers, have not been matched with a decrease in production costs, leading to significant financial deficits. Meanwhile, the sector is plagued by inefficiencies, including high transmission and distribution losses, which exacerbate the financial challenges. The situation, it pointed out, mirrors the repercussions of similar tariff actions by the PURC in 2018 by 17.5% and 30% for both residential and non-residential customers, which significantly contributed to the financial gap faced by the Electricity Company of Ghana. It concluded that with this tariff reduction, the government of Ghana renegotiation appeals to the IPPs may hit a rock.
And that was a Business Desk report. Now, the chairman of the Finance Committee of Parliament, Kweku Kwate, is charging the Ghana Revenue Authority to engage members of the business community to find a solution to misunderstandings in honoring some tax obligations. This call follows a series of complaints from the Private Enterprise Federation over the multiplicity of taxes. According to the committee chairman, a good platform is needed for the two bodies to understand each other to accelerate economic growth.
I am happy the GRA says beginning from this year that they are deploying tax compliance measures that will deal with the issues relating to simplification, but also the general tax burden. That is why the committee advised that the GRA and the Private Enterprises Foundation should engage some more. We at the committee will be waiting to see the outcome of that engagement, and if it comes in a bill to us in Parliament, we will be happy to implement the education that we have gotten here.
And that was Kweku Kwate, chairman of the Finance Committee of Parliament. Now, interest rates have fallen for the 9th week running in line with analyst forecasts. According to the auction results by the Bank of Ghana, the government recorded about 19.9% oversubscription of treasury bills as demand for the short-term instruments remained high. Here's more in this report.
The 91-day T-bill eased by 83 basis points to 26.99%. Similarly, the 182-day bill also went down to 29.49% from the previous 29.74%. Again, the 364-day bill also declined by 29 basis points to 30%. Based on what has been happening since the beginning of the year, the rates are expected to go down further this week. Meanwhile, the total bids tendered by the investors were estimated at 4.963 billion cedis. The uptake by the government was estimated at 4.940 billion cedis. This time, a chunk of the bids came from the 6-month bill. The uptake was 1.843 billion cedis. It was followed by the 91-day bill, in which 1.833 billion cedis of the bids were tendered. All were accepted. About 1.263 billion cedis of the bids came from the 364-day bill. Once more, all the bids were accepted.
Now, the depreciation of the Ghana cedi has again been cited as one of the major reasons for the increase in fuel prices at the pumps. Oil marketing companies on Saturday started reviewing prices upwards. Here's George Jaffe.
Among the top 5 oil marketing companies that control more than 50% of the market, diesel has gone up by at least 1 cedi per litre, whilst petrol is doing almost a cedi. Some of the oil marketing companies have also told Joy Business that the rising prices of crude oil on the international market has also been another major factor. The increases from last Friday by the oil companies could be described as one of the biggest increments in recent times on the local market. This is coming after another significant increase from the middle of last month. From this morning, for instance, you're likely to pay 14 Ghana cedis, 49 pesos per litre for diesel and 13 cedis, 49 pesos for petrol. But for some of the market watchers, they don't want to buy the argument that it is only the city's depreciation and rising crude prices as the major factors for this increment. They maintain that the recent increase in margins and levies by the National Petroleum Authority for the various petroleum products by at least 9 pesos should be seen as another major reason for this increment. This development, together with the emission tax, could strengthen the hands of commercial drivers to push for an increase in fares in the coming days. We should also not forget about the impact of this on the cost of living and even inflation in the coming weeks.
George, I feel with that report now, more currency analysts are urging the Bank of Ghana to properly manage communication of the city's performance against the dollar to help stabilize the local currency. The city has in recent times seen some depreciation on the forex retail market, raising concerns about its impact on inflation in the coming months. Economist and research lead at GCB Capital, Courage Wuti, says the Bank of Ghana must be proactive as businesses also plan to repatriate their profits in foreign currencies in the second quarter of the year.
But we are entering another crucial period in quarter two where a lot of companies, multinationals, would have declared dividend and would have been repatriating. So the dynamics are stuck against us, but it is how we manage the sentiments around it that would ensure the stability. I think the inflows from start of the year, the 600 million for IMF, 350 from World Bank. I'm not sure if all of that has been received. And then the 800 million from Cocoa Loan Syndication gives us in total about 2 billion in FX that could help the Bank of Ghana intervene on the market. We are hoping that their scale of intervention will be meaningful from now on to manage the sentiment and at least keep the CD at bay.
Economist and research lead at GCB Capital, Courage Wuti there. Let's turn to the currency market. Let's see how we are beginning the week today. The dollar going for 13 cedis, 1 peso. That's on the retail market. The pound, 16 cedis, 33 pesos. The euro going for 14 cedis, 18 pesos. Now, the Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs has urged unemployed graduates to consider being entrepreneurs in their respective fields. This follows concerns by the Ghana Employers Association of inadequate space to accommodate graduates from tertiary institutions as the current economic situation has impacted negatively on expansion. Chief Executive of the Chamber, Sheriff Gali, says government has a greater role to play in ensuring young entrepreneurs are given the needed resources to succeed.
If you are in school and you are watching Joy today as a tertiary graduate, don't be too happy thinking that you are studying psychology, you are studying IT and all of those big programs. At the end of the day, you would get a job. It is not easy in the market. People are not getting jobs. Even the government is not employing. The public sector is not employing. So this is a time that our youth, our young people are supposed to start thinking entrepreneurial.
You heard Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, Sheriff Gali. Let's turn to the stock market this morning. Prices of Ecobank Ghana and MTN Ghana shares are expected to surge this week on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Here's Grace Munayin of Data Bank Research on how your stocks will fare.
Last week's trading concluded with 5 price movers of 4 gainers and a laggard. Ecobank Ghana, Standard Chartered Bank, Unilever and MTN Ghana all advanced, while Farm Milk closed as a sole decliner. Consequently, the market indices recorded gains with the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index climbing 3.08% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 4.72%, while the Data Bank Stock Index increased 2.92% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 4.54%. Aggregate turnover for the week amounted to 6.5 million Ghana cedis from the exchange of 3.9 million shares across 22 counters. MTN Ghana was the most active counter, contributing 76% of the weekly turnover and 82% of the total volumes traded. This week, we expect the prices of Ecobank Ghana and MTN Ghana to increase due to high demand for their shares. For Joy Business reports Grace Munanyun of Databank Research.
Thanks, Grace. Before we go, let's check the commodity market. Crude oil up to $83 a barrel. Gold lost marginally, trading this morning at $2,081 an ounce. Cocoa, however, added $278. Is trading at $6,327 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues. Here's Kojo.
Here he is, yes. And we've got a packed show ahead of us.
Yeah.
Lots to get through.
Yeah.
By the way, use the hashtag JoySMS. We're very interested in your reaction to the Ministry of Education's statement, right? Tell us what you think of it. Use the hashtag JoySMS when you post on X.
And if there are any questions for Setekwe.
Yes. In fact, we want those. We want all of your questions for the former finance minister, all right? He says that things are not what they seem. We'll find out how true that is in a bit. Okay. Ohima Messi.
Nice pick for the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Ghana man.
So.
Yeah.
I said that, right?
Great.
Let's do it.
please drive safe wherever your destination.
Let's learn how to say it right. And say it right is brought to you by Kingdom Books, a Kingdom quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Let me ask you a question. Which is correct, funny enough or funnily enough? It's an interesting one. The phrase funnily enough is used to explain that although something is strange or surprising, it actually happened or it is actually true. So we would say, funnily enough, I went on a date yesterday. Now, what about funny enough? Is that not correct too? Well, funny is an adjective, so it can be used to describe any appropriate noun. For instance, I would say, my date wasn't funny enough to merit a second chance. Now, I know it can sometimes get confusing, so here's how I remind myself of the difference. Funnily is an adverb, so it describes the verb. Funnily enough, I went on a date. In contrast, funny is an adjective, so it describes the noun in the sentence. So, my date wasn't funny enough. Also, two synonyms for funnily are strangely or surprisingly. So if you're trying to say that something is strange or surprising, just add "ly" to funny and say funnily enough. I know you remember that. And I know you will say it right. All right, well, let's get to it. Before we get into the news review, brought to us by Syntex Tanker, you're stronger, you're tough, and Enterprise Insurance at 100, Yafine promotion, celebrating our legacy, securing your future. Before we get into all that, over the weekend, Newsfile was very interesting. A couple of things were dealt with, including the new anti-LGBTQ plus bill MFRPO hosted, and there was Sam George, Dindiok Bemka, Professor Odrigajipo, and many others. Let's hear a quick wrap of how things went down.
The gay lobby is contradicting itself, because I've heard persons say that, the bill is unnecessary because there are existing legislation that deal with all the issues that the bill is dealing with. You don't find those existing legislation offensive to the Constitution. But when we pick all of those provisions and aggregate them into one legislation, then it becomes offensive. What logic and what intelligence is that?
If you look at it across Africa and the world, it wasn't lost on me that at some point in time, Ghana had to take a position as a country. And we could no longer be neutral along those discussions, given the dynamics that was emerging, especially other countries have responded quite swiftly and all of that. So for me, and I think that it's just the right thing that the country has done, and it's consistent with common sense.
If we go to the Supreme Court for a pronouncement, then the Supreme Court will have to look at the law as a whole and find out whether it's a fetter to freedom. Because remember that our Constitution has been couched in a manner that it principally protects the fundamental freedoms of our people without any doubt. And so anything that will be a fetter to that freedom will be looked at.
We are a secular state. We are not a theocracy. So yes, identifying yourself as same-sex attraction may be a sin, which we can all abhor, may be a cultural abomination to us, but it is not a crime, and we must make those distinctions.
I can say without any equivocation that the Chief Imam is gleefully joyful about the passing of this bill. The fact that we are a secular country does not mean we are godless. The fact that we are not a theocracy doesn't mean we are godless. That is why our national anthem begins with God. God bless our homeland Ghana. We swear people into office on the basis of our belief in God. We say, so help me God. So largely, even though we have some group may not believe in God, but we are more than 90% people who believe in God. And our tradition also is grounded on our belief in God.
Yeah. So yeah, a few of the views that were sampled on the show. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, I'm just waiting on what is happening next. I'm waiting on whether or not the executive president will go ahead and say, I've assented to it, move on.
Yeah.
Or he's going to raise issues and send it back to the parliament. The House will also have time to work on it. There's a point that they can even say, 75% of us believe that the bill should still be passed, so we are passing it into law. I mean, all of those processes are aligned. As for the debate, it will continue till that kingdom come. I believe so, because the people will have different opinions.
Yeah.
Even in places where they have had pro-gay laws for more than 60 years, people still have different opinions on how it's supposed to be. So as for the differing opinions, they will continue to be there.
Yeah.
I just hope that perhaps we'll give a lot more attention to other issues that are equally of relevance to us now.
I agree. And it's healthy. It's healthy for all the sides to have their say on this. But I think ultimately, because as it stands now, it's not a law yet. It's not a law that's in existence. Parliament has passed, yes. But it's up to the president. So we wait to see what Mr. President says.
Yeah. There is a plan by those who oppose the bill to take it to the Supreme Court. I don't know if they've already filed, but will that affect what happens next?
It has to be passed first, or Raymond. It has to be.
So the president has to assent to it first before you can go and seek interpretation at the Supreme Court.
You can try, but you'll be asking the court to do what may not necessarily become law at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So why would they want to do that? Why would they want to make a futuristic decision on a matter that is yet to be? I mean, that's how I understand it. Perhaps the people have a different opinion on how this should roll. And sometimes you do so and you're asking the question, will the filing in and of itself stall the president's action? I mean, this is a strategy. You can decide that, when I attempt a process, President Akufo-Addo may say, they have commenced something, so let me hold on to it. Because this one, he is constitutionally mandated follow a certain timeline.
Yeah.
That's if it's submitted to him. Or they could even say that we are still working on it. As we speak today, the last time they spoke about it, they said, the final 2 or so amendments that were made, the drafting office will have to inculcate that, relook at the entire bill now, publish the final version. So, I mean, it could very well mean that when the final version comes out, everybody will be excited and say, okay, no, we are no longer challenging it. All right.
Yeah, it was an interesting point made on the show that, look, such a huge majority of this country were in favor of this law being passed. But how many of them read the law? Anyway, let's move on. And what's in the papers this morning?
The Daily Graphic is reporting this morning, excellent grace not enough. Acquire skills. This is the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the 2023 President's Independence Day Awards, advising young people in this republic. Skills are absolutely important. And you either acquire it in school or out of school. I think the old conversation about industry and institutions working together to promote it would work out. Now, experts issue 2024 weather forecast. There's one about EC releases calendar for election 2024. This will begin with September 9 to 13 in a major countdown to a climax of the political season. There will be balloting for positions on the presidential ballot will be 23rd. Then also the parliamentary ballot will be on the 24th. So if you want the rest of what's going to happen from now till the end of the year, the Daily Graphics publish the issues. The NDC asked for this particular calendar anyway. National District Awards. Korle Municipal Assembly is the best performing assembly according to the National District Award. This is the second in the series of awards they have issued.
The Daily Guide is reporting NDC uses damns Voltarians. That's according to Kofi Akpalu. And the reason he's saying this is because of the rumor that Jane is going to be John Mahama's running mate. And then there's a Kumawood actor, Boy Sika, who celebrated his birthday.
Boy Siki.
Boy Siki.
Boy Siki.
Boy Siki, you might say. He celebrated his birthday, guess where? In a cemetery with cake and some beverages, observing his birthday there. Interesting. And then this sad one, a young man identified as Nana Derek, believed to be a final year student of the Takoradi Technical University, has allegedly committed suicide. But there are people asking questions because apparently both hands were tied. And so people are saying that how can someone who has hanged himself have both hands tied at his back?
So who declared that it's a suicide?
because they found him hanging, and they said,
is that how it works?
No.
well, that's the initial thought, but that's not
Because someone was hanged, so it's the conclusion is suicide.
well, that's ordinary
Without any
people
investigation.
You know,
That's a
commenting.
newspaper.
It's not the it's not the police.
What's the
so.
story? What's the newspaper reporting?
Student commits suicide.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
newspaper,
I
it's not
agree with
ordinary
you.
people.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
these things. Sometimes they say it's murder. You ask yourself, how did they come to the determination that it was murder?
Exactly.
Anyway, but that's on the front page. Let me bring in the finder in this reporting this morning. Muslims show the way, present 14-point demands to flag bearers. So this is the Muslim manifesto. You've heard of the Youth Manifesto. You've heard of the Labour Manifesto, the Workers Manifesto, and so many of the manifestos.
If only they do something with it.
The expectation is that you aggregate all of this and put it in a single manifesto. Anyway, but Dr. Bamia commissions University of Ghana Sports Stadium and the rugby field. I do recall that this has been a very long time. Every time we lament that it's not being done, but it appears to have finally been done because we are using it for all Africa
This
games.
is since Kufuor's time, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes. I remember. They said it was a GEFAN project. We used to point to it as one of those GEFAN projects that never gets done. One of the reasons why you need to find money elsewhere to do projects quickly, or they are abusing the GEFAN resources. I don't know if it's GEFAN money that actually got. Yeah,
and we end up spending way more to complete.
That conversation was also had around that time. That by the time you get back to doing it fully, would have spent more than double the amount of money. But I don't know what they are saying about the cost now. Now, Defense Ministry inaugurates $1 million military facility to protect Bui Dam. That's on the front page of the Finder too.
All right, just quickly on the front page of the Business and Financial Times, McDan champions green shift in salt logistics, proposes renewables and smart logistics. Also, Germany ADB supports creation of 1,600 jobs through North Shore Apparel Ghana Limited. And Opportunity International supports a Tumfose to the Second Foundation.
Okay, well, let's go online. The online review is brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
Now, Gold PLC, your CIMG Hall of Fame and 2022 Petroleum Company of the Year, has taken the lead again. Gold has opened ultra-modern liquefied petroleum auto gas service stations. The modern auto gas service is safe, it's clean, and also offer affordable alternative fuel for your vehicle. Look out for the Gold Auto Gas Station in the following areas: at Bema Camp, Gold Service Station in Accra, Peshi Gold Service Station also in Accra, Pedu Junction Gold Service Station in Cape Coast, Pinsin Gold Service Station in Takrade, Kentin Krono Gold Service Station in Kumasi. Then you should also know that Gold is delivering the safest. I don't know why Samuel Dami is worried.
In Pinsin.
Yes, I mentioned like 8 different places. Which one would you want to go to?
The Bema Camp one.
He was one in
him.
Enum. He said he was one in Enum.
Enum was-
Yes. Delivering the safest and the affordable gas at your convenience. Goal, good energy. Goal, yena yedia.
Now, navigating through the hurdles of an SME can be stressful and sometimes risky. But what is life without risks and a business owner without the Zenith SME Business Card? The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit and tailor-made for SMEs for secure payments for goods and services. As a Zenith SME Business Card holder, you have access to business services at discounted rates, also Visa practical training skills. There's 24/7 access to funds and much more. Your business deserves to be taken to the next level, so unlock the potential of your business today with a Zenith SME Business Card. For more information about the Zenith SME Business Card, please call Zenith Direct on 0302 680 884 or 0307 086 370. Just visit the website zenithbank.com.gh. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
All right. Well, before we go for the BBC News, listen, let's very quickly remind ourselves of what caused the Education Ministry to release a statement about feeding in our schools. This is the promo for the upcoming documentary, Empty Plates.
Sometimes they'll give you Gary, don't give you beans. They'll give you beans, they don't give you the Gary. So a school that is not having even 900 students is supposed to have 3 bags a day to feed 900 students.
Every night, these children go to bed burdened with thoughts about what they will eat when they wake up to a new day.
It's all about the quantity, and then the jollof too quantity, very small. And then the amount of sauce they serve per table, they are sitting on the table. Very soon. Some people don't even get most of the times.
It is no fault of theirs that the government that promised their parents free education is unable to provide enough food to feed their youthful appetites.
And sometimes kinky. The kinky they give us stew or sugar with no fish.
Empty plate. The free as you just promised. Coming soon on Joy News.
Morning Show. Yeah. Right. So, following the release of this teaser, because the the documentary hasn't been aired yet, Ministry of Education said what exactly?
Now, in a statement, it said a statement on senior high school food security following the Joy News reports. That's exactly what the title is really. Now, the Ministry of Education says in response to a recent documentary by Joy News highlighting concerns about poor feeding and irregular food supply in senior high schools, embarked on a comprehensive nationwide visitation and monitoring exercise in collaboration with the media. The objective was to gain a fair understanding of the issues raised and address them appropriately if found to be valid. The next line, contrary to the narrative portrayed in the documentary mentioned above, our visitation revealed the following key findings. Schools visited and reports from other schools indicated the maintenance of an adequate stock of food in their storage facilities. 2. There is prompt and up-to-date payment of funds allocated for the purchase of perishable food items to all schools. 3. Feedback from heads of schools and students indicates overall satisfaction with the quality and quantity of food being served. The ministry is open to remedying any real anomaly found anywhere and reassures parents, students, and the general public of our unwavering commitment to providing adequate, high quality, and timely food supplies to ensure that enhanced free and quality senior high school program. In the interim, we urge Joy News to exercise circumspection, fairness, and responsibility in its reportage, particularly when it pertains to the well-being of students. And it says it's signed by Kwesi Kwarteng, spokesperson. So this is the statement from the Ministry of Education.
Interesting. All right. Well, listen, it's not about what we think, it's about what you think, okay? You're the ones whose children are in schools. You're the ones who have to, respond to the requests from your children for whatever it is that they say they need. So is this all true? Or, I mean, is the ministry, what they're saying, is it accurate? In the school that your child is attending, are they getting adequate food? Are they getting all the supplies on time and regular, and is their diet balanced? So tell us. Use the hashtag JoySMS if you're going to post on X, but call us now. Actually, we have a few minutes to go before the BBC news, so give us a call. 0302 216 541 or 055 1111 997. You've seen or heard what the Ministry of Education is saying. They say all is well in your child's school. Is it true? We want to know. Call us.
Well, we will hear from them, but you see, sometimes patience is important. This pretentious rush that you have seen the promo so quickly, I've taken some people around to go and check basically all schools. I mean, you don't even know the schools that are named in the report, but you are convinced that these are the schools you went to directly and have solved the problem, and there's no problem existing. So we reenacted a food shortage situation, got the kids to play a role in there so that you can go and correct the issue.
You say reenacted as if it happened and we made it happen again. But we invented according to them. According to them. Anyway, James is in Medina. Hi, James. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, KY. This is Isaac James.
Isaac James. Good to hear from you, my brother.
Yeah, how are you?
Not bad at all.
In fact, you see, politicians shock me so much in this country. So when they have given all the food supplies and stuff to their fellow politicians, for food soldiers, and when they said they supplied 10, meanwhile they have already even supplied 2. That is the reality on the ground. Then we are talking about it. When media bring out a report, you wouldn't even wait for the documentary to air, and you are coming out that you have gone to do investigation. In which school? In which school? They should access the parents whose children are in the school. We pay so much money in feeding our children every day. We have to send them money every week for feeding. They should go to the school. They should do their investigations well. They shouldn't just go and talk to politicians in the school and come and throw that into the eyes of Ghanaians. We are tired of this kind of lackadaisical attitude of politicians. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, James. Good morning. And listen, you can call us too, 0302 216 541 055 111 We want to know if what we are being told by the Ministry of Education is the truth. Now, so we want your experience. Okay, so if you have a child in a secondary school somewhere, tell us, what is your experience with your child? Are they having everything, the balanced diet that they're supposed to have or not? Is it true or not? Tell us. Bwedu is in Achim Swedru. Hi, Bwedu.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. Thanks for calling us.
Good morning, sir.
So, what's the situation in your experience?
Frankly speaking, I have a ward in one of the secondary schools. And every week, I have to send him close to 100 cedis to supplement the food he takes from the dining hall. And let all come to terms with the fact that the kids at this level of their lives know what is wrong and what is right. So they themselves know that the food that they are being given is totally out of place. It is not someone who is trying to instigate the kids against a party in power or whatsoever. But when you listen to them, they tell you that even some of their mates do not go to the dining hall at all, because of the kind of food that is served there. At least a lot of people in Ghana went through the system. How many of us would have been happy if you go for breakfast and you are given porridge without bread and sometimes without milk and even without sugar? You are told to come with your own bread and sugar and sometimes milk. The situation is very bad. It is not the best. And I wouldn't expect anybody to defend this. Let us go down deeper and know the reality so that if reforms can be done, it is done in the interest of the children.
What school is this? Where your ward is?
My son is in Ghana at Koforidua.
Ghana in Koforidua.
Yes.
Thank you, Bwedu.
And I wonder the number of people that Kwesi Kwarteng in his write-up spoke with.
Thank you, Bwedu. Thanks. Let's go to Koforidua and speak to Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
So, what is your experience?
Kojo, if you don't have a ward in this senior secondary school, you know the problem and difficulties. So, as for what the officials are saying, Kojo, you just keep quiet. We are the people talking. And you see how much? I think the Education Watch, they said they are spending 1,200 on every student. We parents, we pay more than 6,000 on food. So what is the essence of this free education? And I've been telling you, it's free wahala. It's free wahala, not free education. You see, they are taking their children to outside the country, and they are fooling with the poor that they are giving us free education. They should continue. They should continue. You see, they said that Rawlings brought JSS just because he can rule us forever, so that the people will be uneducated. That is what they are doing. Because the president said that, even if they don't go to university, after all, they are finished free education. What sense is that? Why should I spend money on my child not to go to university? You know, Atunga asked one man that, have you gone to university? And he said no. The target is the university degree, not free education.
So which school is your child in?
Kuboges.
Okay. What's the situation there?
Very bad. I said, look, if you ask her now, she can't go to toilet because there's no balanced diet.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, Kojo.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for sharing. Ernest is in Taifa. Hi, Ernest.
Hello, Kojo. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you?
We're managing. What's the situation with your ward in secondary school?
She's in the Yasan secondary school.
Okay.
And I think from the feedback I'm getting from there, even though they are having challenges, big challenges, but I think there's no perfect system in this way. The government has introduced free teachers to help or to cushion parents. And I think we have to slow down a bit for the government, because all over the world there's no perfect system. So let's slow down a bit for the government. He has done well. Thank you.
Okay. What sort of challenges are you hearing about? Oh, we've lost Ernest. Edward is in Accra. Hi, Edward. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Not bad at all, bro.
Yeah, you guys are doing a very good job. And I think this is the second time I've gotten through to this line on this SP testing. The first time, I told the whole world that this thing is just crazy. It's just craziness. I have a daughter in a school, and could you believe that those politicians who are telling us that the children are being fed well, they have arrangement for their children outside the dining hall. And your child will have to also find her way or his way to get adult food. Other than that, your child is dead. I mean, they will die of hunger. And there are teachers in the campus of schools who are taking advantage of this, and they are cooking what the children call illegal food. So if somebody sits here in Accra and tell you that the children are being fed well, I think it is so crazy that they shouldn't get that annoyed.
Wow.
Look, my child go to school, and when they are going, the things that we have to buy for this child to go to school with, it's like you are sending a whole kiosk of provisions to the school. This school have paid for their body fees, and they will have gotten enough food to eat for us to have our peace of mind. Every week you have to send food to your children, and you have to find a teacher or somebody who lives in the school to cook for your child at your own expense. And they are sitting here telling us what?
Are you able to tell us which school?
Yes, because I didn't mention my name, I'm telling you this school. This school is St. Rose's Senior High School. Wow. And it's not that alone. I know of my nephew, my niece, is at Abu Girls, and they also have this illegal food. Because if you don't do that, I'm telling you, your child will be starved to death. And the children, when they come back from school, you look at the children when they come back from school, how lean they have grown. It's like we are punishing them just because of politics. I have taken my child through private school, paid thousands of Ghana cedi to send them through private DSS schools. Then when the child gets to secondary school, I become so poor that you don't allow me to pay. Listen, that is why our people, those who actually organize this boarding school and all those things, have something in English called scholarship. So that if I am broke or the system is so hard that I cannot pay, I apply for scholarship. I work for myself. I have so much that I can pay for more than 3 or 4 children in the school for them to eat well. And you say you won't allow me to pay because you want to get funds. What kind of stupidness is that? So we need to be.
Edward, I thank you, and I hope you calm down a little bit. I can see you are getting quite upset about it, with good reason, by the way. Thank you, Edward. Thank you for sharing. Goodness. All right, let's talk to Eddie in Dansuman. Hi, Eddie. Good morning.
Eddie, good morning. And if you wouldn't want to them,
you may not do you good.
Let me say, Fantino, I'm the what twist in the cracker. And Kajan, my video, where on Wednesdays was start work. I believe in I, but in fact, the situation is not different at Fredo Secondary. Some of the students, all the students have to come home because of food shortage. You see, it worries me and it saddens me when we turn this issue into politics, or we bring politics into this issue. I mean, it's so sad there's a fine policy, that the policy needs to be fine-tuned, need to be reviewed. On chairs. But when you say review, when you say fine-tune, you know why my son is at home, Oko school, first and almost every week, 90, 100 Ghana cedis, 120. I have to send 90, 100 Ghana cedis, 120. Almost every week. The mother will visit, would cook food from home, not her money. I mean, so what kind of free SHS? Now, I don't understand it. I don't get it. My son goes to school and he doesn't have textbook. I have to buy all the textbook for him. The form schools do not even have either. So what kind of free are they giving us? What is free in this free SHS? SHS, what can I enter? I mean, I don't know why why so there. Or you tete. And so tell the man, the Kweku Party, whoever, who released, should even inform us, tell us which kind of schools did they go to generate this report. But they should stop playing politics. It is our future kids, future. And you think that these guys, when they attain 18 and they get to the polls, they will vote for you when you take them through this? Hey, Ghana. May God be with us.
Eddie, thank you for sharing. Oh, goodness, people are going through a lot. George is in Tesano. Hi, George.
Hi, Kojo. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Tell us your experience.
Yes, I think it's terrible. I just want to advise the politicians to know that parents are descending. Parents know what it means to have your children fed very well in school. I have two kids, one in Presec, one in Wesley Girls. It's terrible. I literally have to send food to my son literally every weekend to survive. I was with my daughter this weekend. She saw me and just broke into tears. Daddy, I don't get food to eat. She had grown lean, and I felt it. I mean, a parent, you're at home, you cook food, you eat, knowing that your child is in school, doesn't get food to eat. And yet our leaders are playing politics. I just want the Minister of Education, the Ghana Education Service, to know that parents are descending. We know what it means to have our children fed well in school. You don't need to write a letter to tell us that our children are being fed very well in school. Free SHS is a mess. It's better to let us pay fees and have our children fed well in school than deceiving ourselves that it is free, yet it is not free. Thank you, Kojo.
Thank you, George. All right, let's go to East Legon. Hi, Justice. Good morning. Are we through to Justice in East Legon?
Kojo.
Hello.
Hi, Kojo.
Oh, hi, Justice. We can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. How are you, Kojo?
Very well, thank you, Justice.
Very good. So, Kojo, let me ask you something. For how many years have we been complaining about this issue?
Several years, Justice.
Several years. And what have we done? Nothing. As citizens, we've done nothing. And so for me, I think all we do is to complain about issues without taking action. Normally, governments think that they have absolute power. But we should know that power lies with the people. What will happen if parents hit the street and say, no more, there must be a change? So what happens is that politicians do things on the expediency of power, for political benefit. So they won't listen to anybody. If it is MPP, they won't listen. If it is NDD, they won't listen, whether it affects the people or not. And we have allowed it to happen several times. So for me, I think parents, we should stop complaining and take an action. It's the street. Recently, GFA, when the GFA was not doing well, what did journalists and sports journalists and other people did? They hate us. So parents, let's do the same.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you, Justice. We'll take one more call. William is in Dodoa. Hi, William.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, my boss.
Kojo, how are you?
Small.
Thank you for your Fanti and the Mamabi. My greetings to them on the.
Yeah.
Kojo, what you are saying here, or this matter that you are discussing this morning, is not that easy. My daughter, she's at Shedru, I changed the secondary school. This food matter, every day you have to spend her money. Every day they complain about food. That the food is not good, the food is not that. what? Enough for everything, one level for everybody. Free education is not by force. You don't just come and annoy us with the parents. It's okay. It's very early in the morning. I don't want to talk too much. Otherwise, I'll be abusing I will abuse the high authority.
I understand you, William, and I appreciate you calling us. In fact, I appreciate all of you who have called this morning. James, Bwedu, Thomas, Ernest, Edward, Eddie, George, Justice, and of course the last caller there, William. Do you know what? If I was a president, I would be concerned. I would be concerned that by the time this is done, I will be remembered as the one person who, just in order to look good, put people's children through torture, turned schools into concentration camps, where children slept on the floor and ate food that was not suitable even for the most neglected pet. That is what I would be worried about if I was the president. This cannot be the way something that was intended to be so good, free SHS, this cannot be how it is remembered just because you are too prideful to take feedback and deal with the situation. You are too dishonest to tell Ghanaians the truth about the situation you are putting their children through. I mean, nobody signed up for their child to be used as an experiment for somebody to look good politically. Nobody signed up for that. Nobody signed up for their child to be victimized when they complain legitimately about the state in which their child is being educated. Nobody signed up for that. And somebody is saying we should hit the streets. Why should they even come to that?
I just find the statement, I think it's unconscionable for anybody to issue this statement, especially when you haven't even had a full appreciation of the documentary, the full content of it, and just base a whole statement released by the Ministry of Education based on a promo. I mean, you should wait and watch the full documentary and see whether or not it is balanced or it is not. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway, well, more to come on the show. Let's apologize. We weren't able to bring you the BBC news, but with good reason, because we had to make time to hear from you on this matter. Normal service will resume from tomorrow. The BBC News, as always, is brought to you by Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Old Mutual. 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime. We're back with more after these.
There you are, about to enjoy the deep-fried, soft, spicy kelewele you bought from Aquile at Osu Night Market. Suddenly, you see your daughter's name on the paper used to wrap the kelewele, and that's when you realize it's the CV she submitted for a job last week. The job market is changing rapidly. AI, clouds, holograms, who knows what's next? Approximately 120,000 tertiary students graduate every year. What makes your child stand out? Get your child the X Factor to get ahead with tech courses from ALX. Choose AWS Cloud Computing, Salesforce Administration, Data Analytics, Data Science, Front-End Web Development, Back-End Web Development, or AI Career Essentials. Search ALX Ghana online to apply now. ALX, do hard things. For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goil, good energy.
And that's why I choose Goil. I'm a Zuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion, and a patriot.
Hello? Yeah, Kofi. Charlie, we spoke about going to Imperial for our motor insurance today.
Shit, are you the one to remind me? I am at Imperial already.
What?
I told you about their motor insurance promo, right?
Yeah.
This time it is reloaded, my brother.
Wow.
Imperial General is saying, come insure with them from now till the end of April and get yourself handsome rewards. 4 coupons, special souvenirs, gift vouchers, and many, many more. And here's the catch. During this reward period, your motor insurance policy will give you an automatic 1-year life insurance cover, my brother. And now you can also get brand new tires and other car accessories as well. It is really reloaded. Everybody qualifies. Just insure your car and you are done.
Hey, Charlie, I can even do it online and still get my reward.
Oh yes, don't slow. Talk to your broker, agent, or call us on 0577 667 436 for further details. You can also follow us on all our socials. T&C Supply, Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Imagine this. Your employees spend 1/3 of their lives at work. That's 13,000 days or 110,000 hours dedicated to their jobs. At Old Mutual, we don't just see the numbers, we see the faces and the dreams behind them. With our tailored group life insurance and pension plans, you can provide your employees with employee benefit schemes that gives them peace of mind for their futures and for their families. Make the choice that shows your commitment to your employees today. Call 0509-551-609 or email corporate services at oldmutual.com.gh. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Great news is here. Batmat is here again. XXL clearance sale. Guaranteed savings. From now till the end of April, the big sale continues. Get discounts of up to 70% off sanitary wares, light tiles, waterproofing, and all other product families. It's the year to get things done. Visit our showroom at the North Industrial Area next to the Winners Chapel, Ghana. Don't miss out. Batmat, welcome home.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Premium witchcraft. No wonder you can use to go to the moon.
Yeah. Cure cancer.
That's right.
Get HIV's what they call a cure.
Invent internet.
Brilliant. That's the kind of one that we're talking about. This is Ghana man.
That's
this
right.
is advocacy for a better future.
We are promoting better in some.
Yes. Anyan 2.0.
Development through Anyan.
Yes.
That's the one we like. Oh my goodness. Anyway, listen, today on the Super Morning Show, lots and lots on our minds. Obviously, Seth Tekpa is stopping by. He has a theory. He thinks that actually the way the state has, the government has been reporting our macroeconomic progress and we have turned the corner and all that, he thinks that it is just a function of us not paying our bills. Right?
But are we paying our bills?
We are not. So basically, he's saying that it looks good because we are not paying our bills. But that will come back and bite us because at some point we'll have to pay those bills, right? And why are we not accounting for that from now? He used to be famous for creating the sinking fund.
Yes.
Okay, to clear debts in the future by preparing for them, arranging for them from today. Right,
and he brought in that term smart borrowing.
Indeed,
and we used to laugh at him for that. That smart borrowing. That if you are borrowing, really. Yes. And we used to say that. Then he said, no. We are putting money aside. We are borrowing in ways that when we borrow the money, we are going to use it to build the things that can pay for itself. Exactly. Then he makes reference to some of those like Terminal 3 and all of those other things. Then he says, there's a gas whatever somewhere too that we use the money to actually deal with. I agree that that situation. We'll see the full force and full impact perhaps from next year and the years coming in. And so we cannot be excited. I just want to see our plans to deal with the problem. It appears our biggest arsenal today or going into the future is just additional taxes upon taxes, and taxes implementation taxes. That's why sometimes it's strange when you hear people say that, I reduce taxes. But our theory, check our medium-term revenue strategy, it's not really to reduce taxes. We believe strategically as a country that we are not paying enough taxes. We believe that we should move it from 13% to 18% or 19 or 20%. It is that thinking that's influencing a certain belief that we can still do the things that we have done in times past. But I almost said wasting. Kojo, it's not a big deal. If you have money, you do with money what you want to do. If you don't have money, what do you do? That you cut your coat according to your size. No, it's as simple as that. It is the foundation. Stop these pretentious expenditures which do not deliver any good at the end of the day. You, the individual, if you don't have money, you plan your life in such a way that you cut out certain things. We do not have money. We pretend to be rich. We do things. We have bloated government. We have bloated people. We steal from the small resources available, and we don't take even the taxes that's currently existing.
The big question,
and we don't plug the loopholes anyway.
Indeed, the big question that we're hoping with our conversation with Seth Tekpa we can answer is whether or not we are being given a rosier picture of the economy than the reality actually is. Okay, whether the fact that we stopped paying the people we owe, right, and deferred these payments to some other time, whether it has created an impression of an economy which is not real, which is why perhaps you don't feel the reduction in inflation, which is why perhaps you're not feeling the stability of the currency, right? Is that why?
Well, Kojo, so good morning
hello,
to all of
Winston.
you.
Hello.
So in measuring the health of a country's economy, you also would use the primary balance, which basically is that minus interest payments, are you able to raise enough revenue to take care of all your other expenditure? And the argument some have made is that if you look at the country today, we have a lot of arrears that we have to pay. That is always not factored. And also because today, and I stated that minus interest payment, which means that the payment of principals would definitely be part of it. But we have deferred the payment of these principals. That's something that we know, okay? And so by deferring the payment of these principals, it actually would create the impression that you're doing well, when the reality is that if you were paying these principals, you probably may not be doing as well as you think you are. And that's, the argument of persons like Seth Tekpa. So he believes that, well, we may have a good situation now, but in 4 years' time, we'd have to pay. So how do you prepare to pay these monies? You probably should be thinking about how you save in order to pay. And so don't pretend today that the economy is doing so well when you know that these figures that you're throwing around, it's actually because, one, you're not paying your principals, and even two, your arrears that you're not capturing. If you were capturing all of those arrears, if you were paying all these arrears that we're talking about, you wouldn't be where we are. So in effect, we're tickling ourselves and laughing.
All right, well, we'll challenge his position when he comes in. We'll, ask him the questions and see whether indeed he's right about all this. But Charlie, just imagine that after you have tightened your belt and endured hardship for years and years, at the end of an IMF program, you are told that your situation has not improved. In fact, it's probably worse. Hey, Ankamu.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
Well, a poorly maintained car engine can age faster, and that is why Total Energies offers specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressures. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer.
And here's great news from Batimat. It's the XXXL clearance sale. That's the extra large clearance sale, guaranteed savings. All the products in the showroom are up to 70% off from now till the end of April 2024. We're talking 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, all the way up to 70% on several products. Carry out your construction project this year with complete peace of mind. Don't miss this opportunity. It's the year to get things done. Batimat is home of some of the best brands in building solutions. They are the leading distributors of Legrand electrical products like distributions, boards, enclosures, switches, and sockets, also breakers, and a whole lot more. They also have the best waterproofing solutions and chemicals for your building projects. Other products include tiles, lights, office furniture, sanitary wares, bathroom accessories, and a lot more. Enjoy great discounts on all these items. It's price craziness at Batimat from now till April 30, 2024. So visit the showroom, which is at the North Industrial Area next to Winners Chapel, Ghana, close to ECG Aveno. Call them before you walk in. That's an option. 054 431 4553. Don't miss out. Batimat, welcome home.
I'm told the fuel price went up at some of the pumps over the weekend, right?
Please don't remind me. Don't remind me.
No, I have good news for you.
It's my headache.
No, take your time. Insure your vehicle with Imperial General Insurance from now to the end of April and get yourself some rewards. It includes fuel coupons. And I'm targeting you with that because of your specific headache. Special souvenirs, gift vouchers, and many more. And here's the catch. During this reward period, your motor insurance policy will give you an automatic 1 year life insurance cover. You can also get brand new car tires and also other car accessories as well. It is really, really reloaded. Everybody qualified. Just come and insure your car and you are done. Call us today on 0577 667 436. Or talk to your broker or any of our agents across the country for further details. You can also follow us on all our social media handles. Terms and conditions apply. Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection with freebies. With fuel.
That's right. Well, listen, are you planning your 2024 adventures this autumn? Why don't you fly better? One of the best bits about going on holiday is the food, isn't it? Yeah. Well, on Emirates, you can get a taste of your destination on board with regionally inspired meals so that you feel like you're on holiday even before you arrive. And as you savor each course of delicious gourmet cuisine at 40,000 feet, you can roast and toast to new adventures with your choice of free-flowing drinks. It's the perfect way to start your getaway. And of course, you can expect world-class service along every step of your journey from Emirates' award-winning cabin crew. So, whether you're flying to Dubai, London, Istanbul, or beyond, fly better with Emirates. Find out more at emirates.com.
And invest with iVest. iVest is a secured fixed-term investment from Isway that offers so much more with a minimum of 5,000 Ghana cedis over a minimum period of 3 months. Increase your earnings by investing over a maximum period of 12 months. Times are hard, so invest right. Open an iVest account today and invest your way to massive wealth. iVest, real value for real people. Call Isway on 0596 914 843 or text iVest IVEST to 4993 to get started. Isway, your trusted financial solutions partner. Isway is a member of the Ghana Deposit Protection Corporation.
Now start the new year with easy and secure movement with SG Ghana. Get reliable motor insurance and receive free fuel for your car. Buy or renew your Sound Drive insurance with SG Ghana from now to the 31st of March and get free fuel of up to 500 cedis for your trips. It's time to hit the road with reliable insurance and free fuel. Visit any SG Ghana brand today and get the cover you need for your car plus free fuel to take you places. Sound Drive plan is underwritten by Alliance Insurance. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
All right, now listen, Toyota users, get ready for a revolution. If you want your Toyota engine to function optimally, then there's only one choice, the Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. The Toyota Genuine Motor Oil has been rigorously tested and proven to be the best oil for your Toyota engine. It's specially crafted to keep your Toyota engine running smoothly and efficiently. The Toyota Genuine Motor Oil is available at all Toyota Ghana branches across the country. Nothing makes your engine happier than Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. If you want to buy in bulk or distribute, contact Toyota Ghana on 0302 429 801. Toyota Ghana Company Limited is proud to be associated with Joy FM and Joy News' Drive Safe campaign on the Super Morning Show. Toyota, superior quality.
And if you want to take care of your gum disease, tooth decay, and foul breath, well, let's introduce you to Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste. The charcoal is made of a fine blend of fluoride with a unique combination of natural charcoal, lemon, mint, and zinc. It whitens your teeth, strengthens them, and removes bad odor from your mouth. Charcoal white gently polishes away tooth stains and naturally restores your bright smile. And if you're a herbal lover, then the Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste is what you should use. It is infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extract, formulated to repair and protect your gums while giving an all-round cooling sensation. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. And Pepsodent has been educating Ghanaians on how to brush their teeth for 25 years. Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. And good news, Pepsodent is also given the opportunity to talk to a dentist for free. To take advantage of this offer, call the toll-free number 0800 161 000. Grab Pepsodent at any shop near you. To talk to the customer care center, call the toll-free number 0800 2030. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
It does. All right, now Kingdom Books and Stationery remind you to go check out kingdomstoreonline.com, where you can buy the very best of stationery and office essentials and equipment and all of the furniture you could possibly want. You can pay by Momo across all networks, and of course they will deliver for free if you're in Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Now get more value for your money with the Hollard and Tusua Motor promo. You get into Tusua when you sign up for Hollard's motor insurance between now and April. Enjoy free fuel vouchers, free roadside assistance when your car breaks down, and amazing gifts too. With Hollard's quick motor insurance claims process, you've got the best insurance ever. Tusu Buta. So contact your insurance broker or the nearest Hollard office. You can also call the toll-free number 0800 444 999 to sign up. Join the Pepper family. Hollard Insurance, we insure you and everything you love.
All right, well, listen, time for a break. When we come back, birthdays as well as the Joy Sports Center right here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Imagine strutting into the most anticipated wedding of the year, only to see 7 other girls wearing your exact same outfit.
You are special and one of a kind, and that's why whether it's voice, data, or SMS, you get to enjoy personalized offers tailored to your specific needs with MTN Just For You. Dial star 141 hash or select your options on the My MTN app to redeem your unique Just For You package on Ghana's best mobile network. MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide, high credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100, or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere.
Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
It's time for birthdays on the Super Morning Show. Birthday messages are brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
All right, well, whose birthday is it today? I've got one. Have you? Yeah, okay. Shall I start then?
Yeah.
All right, so this one is to the resident bishop of Action Chapel, Spintex Road. That's Bishop Ebenezer Obodai. Happy birthday to you. It's from George Yafi. Also, today happens to be the birthday of a bunch of people on Facebook. Let's go through them real quickly. Happy birthday to Elom Wemega. You know who that is, our very own Matilda Wemega. Yes, Tilly Wemegili. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to David Ando, award-winning photographer. Yes, happy birthday to Kate Hayford, Sandra Atipo, Efo James Mensa, Paul Kofi Mante, Stephen Nasebwedi, and Nateki T. Nat. And
I've got one.
Okay, yes, let's hear it.
Happy birthday to Dr. Unisekua Owusu at Achimota Hospital. You are amazingly super. God bless you so much. Love from Echo to you, Dr. Unisekua Owusu.
Happy birthday to Tinaboni. Tinaboni is doing a PhD in China. Well, today's her birthday.
And a belated happy birthday to Tena Nabong. That's my brother's wife. Yesterday was her birthday. Thank you for being an amazing wife to all of us.
Oh, you two, you are married to her?
Hey. Yes, of course. You don't know how a family works, do you? You don't just marry one person.
Marriage by proxy.
You don't just marry one person. You marry the whole family.
Yes. There was some pastor's wife being quoted on social media as saying that actually, if it's with your husband's brother, it's not adultery.
Okay, that's going too far.
I thought you said.
I was a bit surprised. I don't think that's how your family is.
That is how he's perceiving that thing. The as he mentioned includes that.
Why are you always so mischievous?
I sincerely doubt it.
It's kind of mischievous that.
Anyway.
Shall we get into the sports sector?
It is brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Standard Chartered Bank,
here for good.
DSTV. Chaligana month is here, and DSTV has an amazing offer for you. From the 1st to the 31st of March, grab a DSTV decoder plus a dish and 1 month compact subscription at an unbelievable 299 Ghana cedis. DSTV. It's your moment. And Twisco Energy Food Drink. Twisco. Power your dreams.
All right, so imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. We're not just offering loans, we're offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789 or 050-153-5790. Also 0244-674-154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered,
here
for good.
We should take advantage of this.
Yes. It's a very wonderful plan, especially at the schools that their thing has been going off now that they can't pay electricity bills. Well, you can't blame the GS for it. They'll never take blame. They say that it's not happening. And did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? Yes, MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. Just download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and look out for the blue and yellow icon. It's that simple. Momo app allows you to view your statement, pay bills, and so much more. Use the app for Momo transactions and enjoy 100% bonus when you recharge using the Momo app. So go on, download the Momo app now and start transacting with the Flex at no data cost. Just Momo it everywhere you go.
I love that app.
And now here's some exciting new chocolate beverage. Of course, it's from the producers of Cowbell. So let me introduce you to Twisco, a chocolate food drink enriched with Enefort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including vitamins B, C, D, iron, and many more. Twisco is available in 20-gram packages and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store in a delightful red sachet for only 1 cedi and 80 pesos. To enjoy all the goodness packed in a sachet, empty contents into a mug, mix with 180 milliliters of previously boiled water, add milk and stir. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco chocolate drink. This advert is FDA approved. Salah.
Good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentu Tahiru Fentu. Coming up over the next 10 minutes, Dreams FC through to the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederation Cup. The first time of asking. We also have more football from the Ghana Premier League, as well as athletics and paddleball all coming up. First though, let's begin with this.
Ouattara does want to keep it in, he finds Mukwala. Here is Mukwala up against Atinga. Mukwala with a pass. Kalo Ouattara, Aminu Akwa, and Kotoko have the opening goal. Stoppage time of the first half. Salif Ibrahim to Cisse. Hamza is making the run. Cisse hangs on. Here is Cisse. Ofori back kills the ball to Kosa. Kosa to Cisse. Here is Cisse! The Fabians have jumped into the lead here in instruction. What a beautiful goal.
Beautiful goal indeed from Kasim Cisse. He scored to complete a 2-1 come from behind win for Hearts of Oak against Insuateman yesterday. He's Ivorian and his coach is also Ivorian, who has now helped Hearts of Oak to back-to-back victories. Here is Abubakar Ouattara after the game.
Yeah, I said them to this team, we can beat them 4-1, 3-1, we can do it. Play your game. But we have the problem with the pitch. It's good, it's fine when you're looking. But inside we have the problem. This grass is not for the football like Accra Sports Stadium. This is the problem. But we accept it. We adapt to our game on the pitch.
Okay, that's Abubakar Ouattara. He is the Hearts of Oak head coach. Let's move on. On Friday, Peter Amidi scored the only goal as Kotoko edged BBN Gold Stars 1-0 at the Babaya Sports Stadium. The Kotoko assistant coach David Oklu is delighted the Porcupine Warriors are back to winning ways after that defeat to Lions.
I think the first half we were on top of our game. You could see that we dominated the ball play to our game plan. The structure was good, but the second half, I think Gold Stars came in hard. But the most important thing is the 3 points, and we've got it.
That's the Hearts of Oak. The Kumasi Asante Kotoko assistant coach. That victory has now taken Kotoko second on the table, 3 points behind league leaders FC Samatex. Meanwhile, on Saturday, Great Olympics, they beat Heart of Lions 2-0 at the Wafa Park in Sogakope. The Heart of Lions boss is Bashir Hayford. He says they lost because they were playing for the win.
Performance is not bad, only that I told you from the beginning that the only disadvantage is the wind. If I have my way, and maybe, fortunately, we are not playing here again, maybe another team will choose here. If this place were to be my home, I will pick here for about 1 weekend play because it is very difficult to play against the wind and even for the wind.
That's Bashir Hayford basically trying to say that the wind, not win, affected their performance. Meanwhile, Brekum Chelsea thumped Karela United 3-0 at the Golden City Park, while Samatex, their game against Nations FC was rained off and will be played at 10 a.m. this morning. Elsewhere, RTU will take on Bofokwa Tano at 3 p.m. Now, Dreams FC and Midiama, they were not in action for the second week running in the Ghana Premier League. That's because of their commitments in CAF interclub competitions. Yesterday, Dreams FC lost 2-1 to Rivers United of Nigeria, but it did not matter as they still progressed to the quarterfinal of the CAF Confederation Cup as Group C winners with 12 points, progressing alongside Rivers. Meanwhile, Midiama lost 3-0 to CR Belouizdad of Algeria and finished bottom of Group D of the CAF Champions League with 4 points. Before the game, they already had no chance of progressing. Let's do Africa Game stories now. It's kicked off already. The Vice President, Mahmoud Bawumia, on Friday, he commissioned the University of Ghana Stadium and the rugby field at a colourful ceremony here in Accra. The 10,000-seater facility will serve as the centre of attraction for the track and field events for the 2023 Games. The Vice President says the commissioning of the facilities means Ghana is ready to host the rest of Africa.
Of the commissioning of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium and Rugby Stadium is another giant step by Ghana, which indicates our preparedness to host the African Games in just a few days' time. Ghana has built world-class sports facilities, which are not only making it possible for us to host the Africa Games, but will also leave the country a huge infrastructure legacy, which will significantly impact sports development in the country.
That's Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia there. Now, more than 25 countries have already arrived in Ghana ahead of the opening ceremony on March 8. But competition has already started for table tennis. As we've told you, that will no longer be held at Botsema, and the competition will be hosted at the Accra International Conference Center. Hours before Sunday's draw, that's the pool selection of the table tennis, the LOC opened up the facility for participating teams for an exhibition and practice sessions. Joy Sports' Achu Tamaklu was at the event.
Before Sunday's ballots, the LOC and the Ghana Table Tennis Association held an exhibition for competing teams at the Accra International Conference Center. Players got a feel of the newly installed internationally certified DHS equipment. Of the teams that lined up on Sunday, Nigeria is the team to watch. They have the defending African Games champion Olajide Omotaya and the 2023 African champion Quadri Aruna, both in their camp. The General Secretary for the country's Table Tennis Federation, Abule Gidayo, spoke to Joy Sports before the draw.
One of my players immediately stepped in and saw the table and said, wow, this is a good table. The setup is fine by us and the atmosphere is cool. For the male category, what I mean by three gold. Right. And in the female category, we are looking at maybe 3 also, maybe also 3 out of 7 medals, and which I believe that we can achieve at the end of the day.
Chutama Close report. Let's talk paddleball now, the newest sport to be introduced to Ghana. It was launched on Thursday with a new competition this weekend, which saw Ivorian double team of Kevin Danho and Suleiman Tinde emerging winners of the first ever Paddle Accra Open yesterday at the Paddle Sports Complex at Spintex. The Ivorians beat Ghana's Daniel Korte and John Paul in the final. Here is President of Professional Paddle Association of Ghana, Jean-Noel Said.
Really, the turnout was outstanding on both categories. The matches were amazing. The schedule went perfectly. Just today we had a little bit of rain, but we managed to finish on time. And so I think it was a great turnout. The ambiance is great. Everybody showed up. Supporters came a lot. And so we're just satisfied and we're looking to grow the game a bit more next time.
Jean-Noel Said. Let's go to England, where Phil Foden scored a second half brace to help Man City secure a 3-1 come from behind victory against Man United at the Etihad Stadium yesterday. The City boss Pep Guardiola says Foden is the best player in the league right now.
Always was a talent player. Now he's more mature and understands more the game, especially defensively, and score playing in the left, so having a sense of goal close to the box is good mentality. And yeah, so what can I say? So he's the best player right now in the Premier League. So for the amount of things he does, is unbelievable.
Man City boss Pep Guardiola, his side remained 1 point behind Liverpool, who scored a 99th minute winner against Nottingham Forest. That keeps the rest top of the table. Before the goal, Forest had possession when the game stopped, but the game restarted with the ball at the feet of Liverpool goalkeeper Kelleher, and the away side kept the ball, went down the other end, and eventually found the winner. The Forest boss Nuno Santos refused to comment on the officiating after the game, but Klopp says it was an important win for his side.
Yeah, we will see that. It is super important. A goal which gives you 3 points is always super decisive, and especially for him, super deserved. Before people start singing that song more often, it's the best way to calm it immediately down, but they can sing it with Darwin response like he did today. And before that, he had really good moments. Super, I think it was him, after a set piece, if I'm right, sensational save of the goalie was his chance as well, so he was really immediately in the game.
That's Klopp. Ghana's Anton Semenyo, he scored a stunning second goal for Bournemouth as they claimed a 2-0 win over Burnley. Mohamed Kudus provided another assist for West Ham, who came from behind to beat Everton 3-1. Chelsea drew 2-2 with Brentford, while Newcastle beat Wolves 3-0. Later tonight, Arsenal take on Sheffield United. Thomas Partey is expected to be back for that particular match. Let's wrap up with action from elsewhere in Europe. In Spain, Barcelona blew the chance to move second on the La Liga table after being held 0-0 at home by Athletic Bilbao. Barcelona remain in third place, 11 points behind Real Madrid, who drew 2-2 with Valencia. In the Serie A, Victor Osimhen missed a penalty for Napoli, but it did not matter as they beat Juventus 2-1 to climb to 7th on the table. Inter Milan, who have a 12-point lead over second-place Juventus, play Genoa later tonight. And in Germany, Bayer Leverkusen's unbeaten start to the season continued with yet another impressive 2-0 win over FC Cologne. Xabi Alonso's men now have a 10-point lead over closest rivals Bayern Munich, who were held 2-0 by Freiburg on
That's it for
Friday.
sports, fans.
Yes, that is it.
All right. Thanks for sports, Fentio, Tahir Fentio. And we quickly have to cross over to Uncle Ibo White for Food for Thought. Uncle Ibo White, I sincerely apologize. We're starting Food for Thought a bit late today, but good morning to you.
Gorgeous, good morning. And how was your weekend?
It was pretty okay. How was yours?
Oh, very busy. We're still working on Dubai or no sex. Fentio, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great.
You've noticed the way Mama V has dealt with me this morning.
No, I won't come between you and Mama V. I won't come between you and Mama V because I know that you have your own level. So let it be that way.
So that's fair. But
Fento, I saw the beginnings of the career of Phil Foden.
You did?
Yes, and I'm not surprised that he's blossoming now to this point.
Yeah.
And I think there is quite a lot ahead of him. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, he won an under-17 World Cup with England and an under-20 championship as well. So he's gone through the mill. This is not by accident for sure.
Let all the countries who go to those under 17 competitions with soccer ages learn.
I agree with you.
I knew you were going to go there.
oh, Mama V, don't do this to
me. There's reward for honesty in age.
There's reward for honesty in all things. Not just
yes, that is true. Thank you.
All right. Mavi, a Ghanaian head of state was in his office one morning when his aides brought him a businessman who they said had a story they were sure the head of state would like to hear. The businessman then spoke bitterly about how the boss of Internal Revenue at the time had tried to extort a huge sum of money from him. The man said he had told the tax man that the amount was too much and had pleaded with the man to accept a lesser amount. According to him, this plea for a reduction had angered the man, and he was now out to destroy him. He talked of how the taxman had caused his warehouse and shops to be locked. He talked of other measures the taxman had deployed to destroy he and his businesses. The head of state was shocked at what he was hearing. Then he was mad. He had given the job to this man because he had thought the man was very upright and had integrity. He remembered how some of his own people had lobbied for another person, but he had stuck to his decision to give the job to this man. And now look at what he was doing and how he was disgracing his government. But the head of state was a fair-minded man and believed in the right processes being done. And so he sent for the head of BNI and charged him to investigate the matter and bring him a report in the shortest possible time. The BNI boss also knew the Internal Revenue man, and he could not reconcile the man he knew with the man in the complaint. He knew that this was urgent, and so he went to work immediately and invited the man to his office, and he asked him a lot of questions. And then he asked the man to come back the next day to see how far the investigations had gone. The BNI boss then dashed to the office of the Internal Revenue boss to question him. Then he invited the Internal Revenue boss to come to his office the next day at the same time he had given the businessman. The next day, the Internal Revenue boss was at the BNI boss's office early. The businessman arrived soon after, and the BNI man invited him also into his office with the Internal Revenue boss still seated in the office. The BNI man then did not introduce the two men, but asked the businessman to talk again about the way the Internal Revenue boss had demanded money from him. And the man talked, adding even more details to his earlier report. The BNI man asked him questions calculated to get him to talk more, and the man did. After about 30 minutes of the businessman accusing the Internal Revenue boss without pointing to the man, the BNI boss said to the accuser, "Oh, by the way, my brother, forgive me for not introducing my friend to you." Then he said, Have you met my friend, the man sitting next to you, before? The businessman looked at the man and said, "No, I have not had the pleasure of his acquaintance." The BNI boss then said, "Oh, then go ahead and introduce yourself to him." The businessman introduced himself to the very man he had been accusing, without showing any sign of recognition for him. Then the BNI man said, "Are you sure you have never met him before?" The businessman said, "Never. If I have met him before, I would remember." The BNI boss then said, "This is the head of the Internal Revenue, who you said extorted money from you." Maybe the story I have just narrated is my version of a real-life story that the ace intelligence guru and prolific writer, Mr. Kofi Bentum Quansah, put in his book, National Security, The Dilemma. Mr. Quansah was the BNI boss in the story, and Professor Atta Mills was the head of the then Internal Revenue. It turned out that the businessman had never met Prof before, but he had been hired by some unscrupulous people to use his influence in the corridors of power to help get rid of Prof because Prof was standing in the way of their greed and he had become unbribable. This month is Ghana Month, and I want to devote my presentations for this month to Ghana. In this, my first presentation, I bring you one of the most dangerous aspects of operating in Ghana if you have integrity. You know, things go wrong in Ghana not because Ghana does not have principled, upright people in the right places. Far from that. Things go wrong in Ghana because we have a very powerful weapon for removing principled, upright people from their positions so wrong things can go on. And that powerful weapon is lies, falsehoods. There are many Ghanaians who took up their positions of trust and responsibility and insisted on the right thing being done and ended up being fired or being destroyed by lies and fabrications. I call these lies and fabrications the Ghana poison. The truth is that in Ghana, principled, upright people with integrity are endangered species. We are very skillful in fabricating lies about them and painting them so evil that the public demands their dismissal. That is a Ghana poison. A friend of mine became the CEO of a state-owned health facility. Within just 6 months, he had turned the hospital around. The hospital that was dependent on government subvention could now support itself. Within those 6 months, he had increased internally generated funds by as much as 500% just by strengthening and enforcing internal controls. He had managed to block all the leakages in the system. When he told me of his achievements in the short time he had been in charge, I said to him, "My brother, you are going to be sacked." He was disgusted with me because he thought I was smart and dismissed what I was saying. A week later, I saw negative reports about him in the media. I knew the plot to destroy and remove him had been set in motion. The Ghana poison was being administered. My friend tried to debunk all the false reports and complaints about him. But the more he set the record straight, the darker the reports became. 2 months later, he was out of office. The Ghana poison had won. The Ghana poison wins every time because Ghanaians love to hear terrible reports of their officials. We are too quick to believe the worst of fellow Ghanaians. And so those wielding the weapons of lies in Ghana succeed in shooting good people down every time. So in Ghana, the most dangerous thing you can do is to stand in the way of evil and of what is wrong. Do that, and the Ghana poison will get you. So if you have ever wondered why we do not have many principled and upright people of integrity in high places in Ghana, if you have ever wondered why there is so much rot in Ghana, now you know. We shoot them down every time. The Ghana poison never fails. Gorgeous. That's my presentation for today.
The Ghana poison. With your permission, Uncle Ebo White, since it's Ghana month, we'll need you in the studio. The Ghana we want and the Ghana we have.
Yeah, the Ghana we want and the Ghana we have.
Yeah, but with your permission, can I say good morning to Dr. Felix Anya? Because your story just reminded me of him.
Yeah, and but it is about somebody else. I won't mention his name. Maybe by the time I come to the studio, I would have gotten the person's permission to use his name.
Yes, sir. All right. Uncle Sami extends his greetings.
Who?
Sami Odami, not in Batakari today, though.
Sami, good morning. If he's not in Batakari.
If he's not in Batakari, then good morning. Okay.
Then good morning, yes.
Uncle, thank you so much for another Food for Thoughts.
Have a fantastic week.
I wish you the same. That's Uncle Ebo White with Food for Thought, brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. And usually at 8 a.m., we bring you the Business Minutes. But we have to sincerely apologize again today because we're now bringing you the Business Minutes, which is brought to us by Consolidated Bank and CBG. We stand with you. Also Anointed Electricals, the Generator Expert, and Waika Capital together towards tomorrow.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you. Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and Waikari Capital together towards tomorrow. The power sector is likely to experience an exacerbated debt of about $1.8 billion to independent power producers by the end of the year. That's according to the Chamber of Independent Power Producers. Interest rates fell for the 9th consecutive week in line with analyst forecasts. According to auction results by the Bank of Ghana, the government recorded about 19.9% of the subscription of treasury bills. The depreciation of the cedi has again been cited as one of the major reasons for the increase in fuel prices at the pumps. And Boeing is in talks to take over Spirit Aerosystems, a supplier that has been involved in many of its recent manufacturing issues. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and Waikari Capital together towards tomorrow.
Super Morning Show. Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Business Minute on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and our friends, Waikari Capital, together towards tomorrow.
Now, Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators, which you will need now. Because doomsday is not happening. Sorry, it's happening sometimes. No. I mean, we are working on it. We have 2 weeks to fix it. Was that not the last response? Yes.
You go so, explain, Taya. Yeah, See, simple thing is get your generator.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. I'm just telling you.
But a caller advised us that we should go to Anointed.
Yes, I remember that call. So this is perhaps the most sensible advice you can get today. From 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. If you are hopeful that the 2 weeks is the period that the doomsday will be over, in the 2 weeks, I can go and rent for 2 weeks. That's also possible at Anointed Electricals. They have branches nationwide. You can locate their latest branches in Amra here. Frames Oil on the main Adentan Dodua Road at East Legon. It's Lagos Avenue. The road's the one that's opposite Tom Rick Hotel. In Tema General Hospital, Road Community 9, just after the overhead. And it's also, they also have a branch at Kaswa off the Weja Kaswa Road near Simaf Cement Depot. And at Odoko, where they have the head office, is a number 77 Anointed House off the at Odoko Malam Road. Hotline here. Keep this number in mind because you will need it. Maybe when you get the power off, you know that you have to call this number immediately. 0243 480 334. 0243 480 334. Go and get a generator so that nobody will tell you that where you are living is the reason why having power interruptions. You get what I'm trying to say? Go and get the generator now. From 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. Whichever shape size. Well, if you can even rent it anyway. But the rent, it's with the hope that things will improve soon.
Oh, they have special arrangements as well. Just call the hotline. Whatever you think, whatever deal you want, they can come to.
Or you can rent as you accumulate enough money to buy the right one that you want. You get the point.
Yeah.
Or if you believe that it will end in 2 weeks. Or it is localized outages.
There's 2 weeks thing you're talking about there, Masa.
I've seen Greco expected to say it was some places.
Fundamentals, you know.
Oh no. The fundamentals need the generator.
But listen, let's talk about Waikari Capital. Is a multinational fund management company regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Waikari Capital, with experience in fund management and investment banking, has over the years helped its customers to thrive by enabling them to achieve their lifetime financial goals. Waikari Capital invests funds in ways that create a positive future for its customers, their families and businesses, and offers corporate finance and advisory. In these ways, Waikari Capital helps helps its customers to create the best life. Good thing is you too can also create your best life. Just speak to Waika Recapital today on 050-157-7546 or 050-157-7547. Their office is on the 4th floor, Gulf House, opposite the Ghana Standards Authority in Accra. Just visit their website and explore a lot more. WaikaRecapital.com. Waika is WAICA. Waika Recapital, together towards tomorrow.
Now, you're a salaried worker in need of financial support before your next paycheck, even though we are a couple of days into the month. Do you need funds to solve urgent financial needs, or give it to Mama V? Access up to watch it this way. You can access up to 400,000 with CBG salary-backed loan. These products at competitive interest rates. Acquire that appliance you've been dreaming about. Settle your overdue rents. Complete that project at home. And do more with our salary-backed loans. Visit any of our 114 branches nationwide and explore a variety of salary-backed loan products, including the salary advance, that's the payday loan, the Dream Life, the personal overdraft, the controller, the PESA term loans, all with flexible repayment conditions. For further inquiries, contact us on 0302 216 000. You can send us an email at talktous@cbg.com.gh or visit any of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you.
Big stories on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by Latest Film, is your partner for life, and Emirates. Fly Emirates, fly better.
Now, dreaming of the perfect sofa to upgrade this year, your dream sofa is now a reality at Latest Form. Introducing our sensational V sofa range, where comfort meets style at prices that will make your heart skip a beat. Hop onto any Latest Form showroom nationwide to dive into a world of colors and choices, from their sleek L-shaped. There's also the V sofa at just 3,100 cedis. 3,100 cedis to the complete V sofa set for an unbeatable 6,500 cedis. You have the opportunity to elevate your living room experience with Latest Form, your forever partner in comfort and luxury. Hurry, your perfect sofa awaits you. Latest Form is your partner for life. So food. Yes.
Clear your throats.
Yes. It's important. Uncle Boa joined us, right, for Food for Thought.
He's back on Thursday.
Yes. That was brought to you by Riverine Productions. Be the difference.
You know the title of his
Dubai,
new play?
Dubai things.
You know.
I think
you updated.
He took inspiration from you. The last time we had a conversation, Mamavi says you can only get some action if you take her to Dubai.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it says. Change environment. Change. He didn't say it well. Look out. Dubai. Yes. He said it here.
Unzel misquoting me.
Yeah. Oh, but
Sami has just believed you.
No, but
believed your lie.
Okay, please correct it. Opportunity correct it.
Uncle Ibo gave me two.
Oh no, sorry.
Titles.
This has nothing to do with.
And I chose this one. But let me tell you about this play. Let me tell you about this Easter play. Riverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, presents an original Ebowai classic. It's titled Dubai or No Sex. Dubai or No Sex delves into themes of honesty. You see, you guys, you don't listen. That's your problem.
You those are the exact words you use.
You don't listen. So listen to this one.
That's how she started, though. You don't listen. That's where the Dubai thing came in.
All right. So the play delves into themes of honesty, integrity, impact of social media, and a man's unwavering resolve to stay true to himself in the midst of external pressures. The play shows on the 29th, also 30th, 31st of March, and the 1st, 5th, 6th, and 7th of April 2024. Fridays, one show only, which is at 7 p.m. On Saturdays, 2 shows, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And Sundays, 3 shows, 1, 4, and 8 p.m. And it will cost you only 200 Ghana cedis. Venue is the National Theatre. Buy tickets via the Koba short code *365 *535#, and at all regular outlets. For inquiries, please call this number 059 6921 960. You can also send WhatsApp to 050-554-6030. You can follow the production details on social media and is at Roverman Productions, proudly sponsored by GCB Bank Limited. Media partner M Notify. Buy your tickets now. Roverman Productions, be the difference.
Yeah. Originator.
You can't always stay in Accra.
Yeah, started again. This is the same way she started. You guys are not listening. Sometimes you have to change the environment. It's very key. The environment change is very key. That's how it started.
You do not agree?
No, I have no opinion on the matter. We have settled this matter a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah.
All that was in dispute was whether you are the one who originated this topic.
Happy birthday to Alison Esihine from all the guys at Roverman Productions to you. Alison Esihine, it's your birthday today. The Roverman team say they love you.
Yeah.
Yes, Sami Odami.
You ought to say your team, don't bring Sami to it.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
My enemies plenty, but God is on my side, so I'm going to thrive. 17 minutes after 8. This is the Super Morning Show. May you thrive, eh? May you be fruitful. Even when you are surrounded by your enemies, you will excel. It's the Super Morning Show here on Joy 99.7 FM.
She doesn't want to hear the truth. That is the only problem in this world.
we started today really, based on that press release, that statement from the Ministry of Education. And fact is, we're still getting a lot of messages on the school feeding situation. So I'm just going to read a few of the messages. At Gabriel Solomon says the hypocrisy on the part of the sector minister and his team is very troubling. I'm a teacher myself in one of the senior high schools. The students are really suffering. At Abeko 65 says beans without gari, tea without bread. Tell the ministry to go and sit down. At Ahmed Musa says, do they expect the school heads and students to look them in the face and say, oh, our food is not better? The heads are afraid to say anything negative. Osman Bedi says, so what are they even responding to? Something that is yet to be aired? The ministry must come again.
So they listed their own set of schools and went to verify their own claims. I mean, ideally, any reasonable person would have expected that, when you air it, I know that you have listed 14 schools. I'll come back with evidence that these schools have a different situation. But to just say that, we had teasers and we moved to virtually all the schools to check, to do our wrap-up to check. Please, you have district directors of education. You have head teachers in the various schools. They have not told you what the situation is on the ground. It is when you wait for a report to be done that you go and verify, then come back and say that everything is fine. We know that that's not how you operate. And you see, it's part of the bigger conversation about how right from the beginning, we have insulated everything about free SHS from everybody's conversation. The other time was the president, a station in Accra, is waging war against free SHS, as if we belong to a different country. And that it's not also our children are what's that in these schools. And that if the thing goes well for everybody, we will not be excited and be happy about it. As if we are just waking up in the morning feeling that, today it is President Akufo-Addo's most cherished baby, so let's go and destroy it. As if the education you are giving our own is for a different set of people. So, I mean, sometimes you don't get it. But even so, for you to stoop to this very desperate level of waiting or even beginning your conversation with, I've gone to check. So now if you watch the entire thing and you're convinced there are areas that you have to work on, what will you come and say?
Yeah.
Still stay with you, I've gone to check. See, they tell us all the time that there's nothing wrong. That's the same reason we have a conversation. For more than 3 good years, the Cali Bishops Conference, NAGRAT, were all saying that do something about this system. They're all saying that. But we ignored it. In fact, in this country, educated people who understand English and speak better English, we're telling people that review means that it will be cancelled outright, and that there's no. In fact, that word review became how do you call it? Outlawed word. That nobody was supposed to mention it in this country. What is the big deal? You are conducting policy on behalf of the people. You are not using your money to fund the process. You are just our representative. How is it possible that we cannot query the work of our representative? As if you own the country. As if it's your private business that you are running. So everything about it can be okay for you. And you issue statements that insults everybody's intelligence. That any parent who has a child in any of these schools knows what is happening. Knows that they are supplementing food every time for their kids. Sometimes you have to, they give them the cocoa without the sugar and the other things. So when the kid is going to school, all that's required of the child is that you buy all of those things. So you buy the sachet, the milk in sachet in the packs. You buy them and they take it to school. So all of them, we know these things. Some people have stopped talking because they feel that's how they are contributing indirectly, and they don't want your politics to be the one dictating the way. Yeah. But if you insult people by issuing such statements, it's really surprising.
For those people who think that this is, again, a media house waging a campaign against somebody's love child, let's not forget, we're not the only ones who have raised issues about this. I think Seth Tekpe sometime in 2017, who will be our guest on the show later, he said free SHS is good for the vulnerable, but wholesale is not sustainable. He wasn't the only one who thought so. Professor Stephen Ade said the same thing. He said a blanket free SHS is unsustainable. Guess who else criticized this? Ken Ofori-Atta, the finance minister at the time. Yeah. He said that if I can pay for several people's children, why must I also be given free SHS? So you see, who is waging a campaign? If you've done something and someone is pointing to the obvious ways in which it can be improved, the obvious things you must do to make it better, and you consider that to be an attack, that means you think you are perfect. You think that the thing you've done is perfect. And me, I should bring my child, for you to use in your concentration camp experiment to prove to the world that you are the savior of the nation. Please, not my child. That's why you are hearing from parents. They've had enough. They've had it up to here. In the past, they were even afraid to mention the names of the schools because they didn't want their children to be victimized. Today, you heard them mentioning the schools because they've had enough.
Well, here's one says, my ward is in Achimota. For a long time, they have not had even common bread. Food is insufficiently served, and it's PTA that's supplementing the kitchens. It's Kwame Nakra. Another one says, this is Peter in Aguna Swedru. I visited my ward in Swesco last Saturday, 2nd March 2024, and guess what? The kids were served Tom Brown without bread for breakfast, and same for lunch. What is this Kwarteng man talking about? This one wants to keep this anonymous, but he says the situation is not different from Laboni Secondary School, but unfortunately, when the PRO of the Education Ministry came to Laboni Secondary School, senior high, with some media houses on Friday, an artificial system was created where students were served bread for the first time in months. The last time bread was served in the dining hall was when the minister himself visited the school. Please, let's be realistic and stop looking for political points.
Listen, because the president is coming.
We will continue with this conversation. Just keep your thoughts coming through. We'll keep sharing. 055-1111-997. Also post on X with the hashtag Joy SMS. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa. And Provident Insurance with Provident. Man, you're covered.
You can now get your vehicle insured anywhere at any time with Provident Insurance's Obaya on WhatsApp. Now, she works round the clock, so you don't have to worry about closing times. I mean, babia, buy, renew, and file claims for your vehicle, babia. All you have to do is chat with Obaya on 0242-426-396 and let her help you. It's quick, convenient, reliable, and it saves you time so you can do more in your day. Chat with Obaya and get your vehicle insured now on Provident Insurance. So text Obaya, babia, with Provident. Man, you are covered.
Now, every day people face different emergencies. There's the police emergency. There's also the fire emergency. There's the medical emergency. You name it. There could be also the Dubai emergency. But many Ghanaians don't know their emergency numbers. Well, here's one you want to remember. *770#. Yes, star 770 hash is the new EcoBank money emergency number. Star 770 hash gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank.
Wake up, good morning, good morning.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
Hello? Fair driver, are you sending the sales?
0242-426-396 today with Provident.
Man, you are covered.
Ooh, things are looking up on this side.
When you upgrade to the enhanced GCB mobile app, you start doing more with ease.
Create a GCB instant account easily and conveniently with your GCB mobile app and start sending and receiving funds. All you need is your Ghana card.
Pay your bills, subscriptions, and fees to multiple merchants safe and secure.
Charlie, tap the app. Open a GCB instant account and experience the recoded vibe.
You're able to top up on all types of ECG prepaid meters with their special card readers and keep the power on. No worries, no stress.
With GCB mobile app, you can also generate prepaid and virtual cards to use on ATM machines, POS devices, and for online transactions.
Well, I pay my subscriptions and fees with my GCB mobile app conveniently.
GCB mobile app. Download now from Google Play Store or Apple Store. Upgrade your style. GCB Bank. Your bank for life.
Breaking news. Vodafone Ghana is becoming Telecel. Stay tuned.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel. And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534 or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will
Waikari Capital. We are a multinational fund management company regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Our aim is to help our customers thrive by enabling them to achieve their lifetime financial goals while investing their funds in ways that create a positive for them, their families, and their businesses. In this way, we help them to create the best life. Speak to us today. Call us on 050-157-7546 or 050-157-7547. Visit www.waikaricapital.com. Waikari Capital. Together towards tomorrow.
Just about 8:33 on the Super Morning Show, and we promised you that the former finance minister will be here with us because he's got a thought or two about how our economy is looking, how it's been reported, and whether or not indeed things are as good as we are told, or are getting as good as we are told they are getting. He's here right now. Mr. Tekwe, what a pleasure to have you. Good morning.
Yeah, nice meeting you. And nice to those. I've been here in a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. It has been a while since we had you in the studio. All right, well, I'm looking forward to that conversation. But first, if you can't wait to visit family or friends in London, well, now you don't have to wait. That's because British Airways flies there 10 times a week to 2 different airports. Okay, so you can fly to London Heathrow or to Gatwick Airport. Treat yourself to British Airways' Club World and experience exceptional levels of comfort and service. Club World comes with a seat that reclines into a fully flat bed and offers you a premium dining experience. Or you could fly World Traveller Plus and enjoy a quieter, more spacious cabin. Fly British Airways and experience the best of British hospitality on your journey to London. Don't wait, book now at ba.com.
And let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Park, which has introduced the Safari Wildlife Experience by creating an environment that fosters the harmonious cohabitation of forest, water, humans, and wildlife such as zebra, sable antelope, llama, wallaby, fallow deer, Patagonian mara, and many others, where everyone can come and experience these majestic creatures at a starting price of only 250 Ghana cedis, and is free for children up to 6 years. It's only an hour's drive from Accra. It opens from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day. Visit Safari Valley Eco Park with your friends and family today for the thrill of a lifetime. For more information, visit safarivalleyresort.com. Check out Safari Valley on Instagram or call 0596 914 394.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Mr. Seth Tekwe is the former Minister for Finance, and he's got a theory about why government insists that we're turning a corner, things are looking up, macroeconomic indicators are improving, why that is the case. And his theory, well, it might surprise or even worry some of us. So before we get into the actual theory, I know you've been listening to our show all morning, and I know that you
every morning.
Yeah. Oh, yes, indeed, you do. And you are one of you were one of the first people to actually voice a view on free SHS when it was introduced in 2017. When it started in September 2017, you were one of the first people to say something about it. You actually said at the time that you didn't think it was sustainable.
Indeed, and my view that unfettered free SHS was not sustainable did not start from 2017. It was a debate we had, and I, whilst we were in government, was a firm supporter of the e-school project which takes the schools. Kojo, you've lived outside, many of us go outside. Tell me which advanced country has free secondary education, boarding, all fees, everything paid.
I know of none.
Public schools, they are there. US, everywhere, they are there. So secondary education is free. Some of the counties, put in and resources. But I've not seen the old style, modernization where government takes on all the responsibility. It is enormous. And when you have handled the budget before, as I've had the privilege to do, both when I was working public policy in Ministry of Finance before I went to the, to the fund, and as IMF, came back as deputy, I didn't see how the numbers I see, could, accommodate unfettered, and my emphasis, unfettered free SHS. And so, and to come home, look, education takes the largest, even before free SHS, of our budgetary resources, followed by health. Unlike advanced countries where defense is up there, So, you look at the numbers and it was just not possible to do unfettered free SHS, where everything will be paid for.
Is there a way out, though? At this point, is it possible? Is it even feasible for a government, whether this one or the next, to debordenize people and, continue to provide free secondary school education, but just not pay for the boarding component?
Well, we have the legacy of boarding. And let's also face it, some of the best schools in the country are boarding. So, merit. So you make room, like enhance the scholarship policy. Maybe you may want to phase it out in the long term. But the reality is that we have that legacy, right? And we have all been, to boarding. I didn't go to secondary school through, whole technical through, I don't want to say second just to make it factual. I was in a boarding house, right? Of course, my parents were cocoa farmers. The way we scraped through was I got a cocoa board scholarship. So I'm saying that on a merit basis, the kids who do well, from scholarship secretariat to cocoa board to whatever, let's give them the opportunity to compete on merit, right? Whilst, and there are day schools which are very, there are schools which have a day stream, and I say very good, right? So, but taking a school to the community and improving resources like teachers pay, more teachers trained, and enhancing the curriculum, and I think that's for me is the way forward.
Right.
And I've always been, passionate about that we cannot do unfettered free SHS.
So let me just get you clearly. You're saying that going forward, you think that we may have to reconsider, paying for boarding students and probably just focused on the day students?
Well, we're not paying for boarding.
Well, when
as
it comes
parents and as students, you paid for boarding. It wasn't free.
Yes.
Right? And I'm saying that for those who couldn't, either you have the deferral, 2-3 installments, so you when there's a midterm break, that's when students go home. When they are coming back, they bring the second installment. We had various mechanisms that accommodated, of course, including borrowing by our parents. And I'm saying boarding is a legacy. It is still there, right? Scholarships and others came in on merit, right, of course. So I'm saying that we can refine, but when you want to expand secondary education, even the advanced countries do it through a day school system, of course with busing, with a few, of those things. So that's why I am a firm believer that the e-school option, is. And of course, going forward, of course, I don't want to sound too political, but my flag bearer has already said that he would open a conversation, free SHS.
So if he asked your advice, you would advise him, yes, free SHS, but don't pay for boarding. That's what you would advise your flag bearer.
That's where the e-school policy was coming from. But qualified.
Right.
You don't pay, you qualify it because it's a legacy, right? Otherwise, you would deny some students. The poor kid who, through hard work and whatever, qualifies for Achimota, coming from a distance, and you can deny them, right? I mean, that's for certain, right? And then when it gets to tertiary, the loan policy would have to be, enhanced.
Okay.
Yes, for all tertiary institutions, and the policy towards tertiary institutions, institutions that were deemed to be, like the teacher training schools and the rest, which had become tertiary. Remember, we got a flag for that as well. It's just not possible to pay, and most of them are also burdened. But so long as we had accepted that all tertiary, there should be some element of borrowing, both rich and poor. I think we should look at how we can improve those things, rather than introducing these things as a heavy weight on the budget.
Okay. All right. If you just joined us, we're having a conversation with Seth Terkper. He used to be the finance minister. He used to run the economy of Ghana. And today he is sharing, some theory that he has about the way the government is reporting the state of our economy today. So let's get straight into it.
But could you just sorry to take you, just a quick one. I don't think this view is exclusively mine as a minister, current or former. You remember, in 2018, I believe in City FM, Ken said he didn't see, why the government should be paying for his nieces and nephews.
You're talking about the free SHS.
Yes,
the finance minister himself.
Yes,
in 2018.
Yes. That so long as we started making allocations, and that year we were taking 2.2 billion. I remember the numbers very well. Ghana cedis of a bond we had gone to issue to support free SHS.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sorry to take you back.
That's all right. So now we can get into the reporting of the state of our economy. So, I mean, is it your contention that the government is misleading us by not properly reporting, especially to capture the effect of all of the debts that we've deferred?
Misleading is a strong word. The point I'm making is that there are methodologies in fiscal management, as in, any business endeavor. So, Joy FM cannot compare itself to, the shops, some of the shops that are here. You have a standard, not just in communication, but I believe when I go to your accounts department, you have a standard where you know instantly what bills we have to pay, you know instantly what you have to do and all that. Ghana was a developing country. This is where I'm coming from. I happen to have been a minister. When you become a middle income country, it's a formal process. That's why the World Bank and African Development Bank gives you a letter that you can no longer, you can no longer borrow at extreme concessional terms. And so you gradually, instead of borrowing for 40 years, with 10-year moratorium, 30-year repayment for the dam, buoy and other things from the World Bank, it begins to tighten. You can now borrow for only 25 years, 5 of which is moratorium. And then development partners come and tell you, sorry, you cannot, be getting all the aid because you become a middle income country. That is a classification. It's a thing. And with rebasing, with oil, with services sector, and now even in our severest condition, with defaults and everything, we have not been out of the lower middle income, bracket. The point I'm making is that we were doing things in a certain way as a low income country. What makes you a true middle income country is to improve your standards. And so let's come to the point I'm making. The primary balance is in every budget. It's also in my budget. So I'm not saying that we did not mention the primary balance as fiscal anchor. That has been the nation's fiscal anchor.
Now, walk us through, you see, because you've introduced the term primary balance.
Yes.
So for those of us who are not accountants, break it down for us. What exactly is the primary balance?
Okay. Your deficit is your total expenditure minus your total revenue. So let's take a household. Salary, 100. Right. Expenditure, 120. Deficit, 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why is it 20? Because your bank gives you a salary advance, your bank gives you, right. Then somebody comes and says that the definition of your deficit, which is 30, can actually be smoother, can be, there's another way of also looking at it. And it is that since borrowing is not a regular feature and something which you do, why don't you take the interest of 10? Right? So your expenditure minus minus interest, 130 becomes 120 or 125. Your deficit then becomes 120 minus 100, from 30 to 20. But you know very well that you have to pay the interest. Are you following my point? That's just take a household whose expenditure includes borrowing, right? And the revenue for the household is 100. Mm-hmm. The expenditure, total expenditure, including the borrowing. Interest, right? Mm-hmm. The interest is 130, of which, let's say, 5 is the interest. Mm-hmm. Now, when you take out that interest, your non-interest expenditure is 125, right? Your deficit, by taking out the interest, comes down from 30 to 25.
That's right.
Right. And I'm saying that if that decision is being taken because borrowing is transient and you want to look at your long-term ability to pay, right? Fair enough. Because maybe the bank is seeing that, you get a salary increase because it's driven by growth, which in your family life is your salary increase because you are promoted. In the case of a nation, it is growth. So you can use that criteria, right, and say, we've discovered oil. We have 3 oil fields. Maybe we'll get a 4th, we'll get a 5th. So maybe primary balance is good enough for certain decisions. But I'm saying under our current circumstances, right, we knew already, we knew as a nation before we went to the IMF program, compensation and interest. It was taking the whole of revenue. Right. Which means that we were not, even despite additional oil fields and all that, we were struggling. We didn't have enough, by way of to cover compensation and interest. So even when somebody looks crystal ball in the future and says Ghana has bright prospects, my point is, let's be careful in accepting a measure that takes out interest. 1, because we've defaulted. 2, because our interest and debt, the principal, has been deferred. So in today's terms, right? So I'm saying, yes, it is an international measure, but let us also be mindful and perhaps use the fiscal balance.
Okay.
And the fiscal balance takes your total expenditure and measure your performance. It doesn't take out interest. Now, 2 quick points.
Forgive me, I just want to be sure that I've followed you so far. You're saying that currently the way government accounts for, the state of our economy,
the measure of performance.
Yes, the measure of our performance. They use the primary balance, which means that the interest is not
Interest on your loans.
Yes, the interest on our loans is not featured in there.
Yes.
Now, what you're saying is that it might be better to use a measure that factors that interest in.
Which we do, which we use. And that's the fiscal balance.
Right.
And the fiscal balance adds the interest. It adds arrears. Right? So remember, primary balance excludes not just the interest, but excludes arrears. And we know.
But that will make our performance look not as good as it is right now, won't it?
Why would you want to dress your performance if it's if it's so good? It means that you are dressing it. It's like, because as I said, it's like when we used to put bailout costs and energy costs in footnotes and thought we were doing well. We crashed.
Yeah, but Honorable Tekpe,
yes.
Is the usage of primary balance an accepted measure of how debt sustainable or otherwise that you are?
It's one of 3 measures, and even the primary balance, you can calculate the primary balance on a commitment or cash basis, where you add arrears to calculate your primary. We are using the commitment, which means that we are not even adding arrears. Okay, that's my point. Now, what is our fiscal framework? We have, as I said, we calculate the primary balance and we say it's the anchor. Everybody will say it. But we pass the Public Financial Management Act. What we do is that we have a fiscal framework which measures revenue, expenditure, including interest, arrears. So the preference is we're moving towards fiscal balance. And part of the reason why arrears, okay, if you look at the fund program, how do they calculate arrears? It's there. They call it a technical memorandum. Money, that is bills not paid in the last 3 to 6 months. Right? So, what about the bills that have been lying down a year, 2 years ago? So, we as a nation were moving, not today, under PUFMAP and under GIFMIS, to begin to account for total arrears, right? And total arrears is, let's say, contracts awarded, part of which is completed, but not paid. So that definition already leaves out even the pipeline of contracts. The work undone, which we were going to put in the medium term. So I'm saying Ghana was making that transition. First example, Public Financial Management Act, the criteria uses fiscal balance, all expenditure, including arrears. It was not quantified in the Public Financial Management Act. The Fiscal Responsibility Act, passed by the current government, right, which is an extract of that section of the Public Financial Management, quantifies it. That's where the 5% comes from. So if in your own law, if the primary balance were that solid in assessing performance, we would have quantified primary balance. We would have qualified fiscal balance. We quantified fiscal balance. And so when we talk about, BOG financing the deficit, up to say 5%, and when we talk about, therefore, our fiscal balance, our deficit, let's say deficit, should be 5%. If you take the Fiscal Responsibility Act, it is not based on primary balance. It is based on fiscal balance. Right. Okay. So, but my point is, the second point I'm making.
Before we move to the second point, yes. So, for the Ghanaian listening to you right now, hearing you explain that, well, the government has used one measure, which is internationally accepted, but in your view, not the best measure. How does this affect the Ghanaian listening right now, who is being told that, things are looking up, things are getting better, we're turning the corner? What does your theory, if you're right, what does that mean to him?
Even the IMF qualifies it. And in a graph that the IMF uses to show our performance.
And we'll share this graph on our social media
This is a review This is the primary balance. The primary balance is saying that by the end of 2023, going to 2024, our primary balance will be positive. But the fund was careful to say, this is your fiscal balance. This is a negative territory. So you see, it's a negative territory. So your fiscal balance is larger. And by 2024, you are nowhere near. In fact, even by 2026, you are nowhere near turning positive. Of course, as I said, you would always have a budget overrun. So we would be meeting, that criteria of about, 4-5%, according to this, negative, which is acceptable. So that international criteria we're talking about measures both. What is good for us? What is good for us is that, one, we have a headache with interest. We have to think about how to pay interest. We have a headache with principal, which has been deferred, and therefore is not being reflected, here. So I'm saying that, yes, I'm not denying that there has been some improvement. But I'm saying that let's be careful, in accentuating this success, too much. Because by 2026, I was comparing the debt figures, you've deferred the debt. Your debt may look like it has gone down. That's what deferral means. 2026, 2027, when that debt is due for payment, Ghana's debt, will still remain around above 70%, according to the scenario. So if you look at somebody's, what is it? Can't get the right word. Somebody's largesse in, deferring the payment of your debt, and you take it, or the Ghanaian haircut, right? And you take it, and that's why, I express exception with the word, we've made savings. No, it's a sacrifice of Ghanaians, right? And we've done a haircut, we've defaulted, right? We have our debt deferred, and we are asking the commercial creditor, the last stage, to also defer part of the debt and, if possible, forgive. So far, we've not been forgiven, unlike HIPIC, because, again, we are a middle-income country, right? So I'm saying, let's look down the road. When that deferral ends, the current administration may be out, but at least those who are expecting, to take over the reign of government should know that it is a bullet waiting, for you. Right? Right. From 2020, especially from 2026, 2027.
So what you're saying is that by focusing on the primary balance, what they are doing is they are shielding the fact that there is still a big debt to be paid by a future government, which they are doing nothing to reduce. So at some point,
well, they've got a dispensation to suspend.
Yes,
they've
suspended it. So at some point, it will be due.
Of course,
right.
Yes.
And so what you're saying is that when that time comes, whichever government is in place then will suddenly be burdened with it. It will increase their debt stock.
Yes.
And it will send the position of the economy pretty much back to where it was when we had to go into
or even worse.
IMF, or even worse.
Yes. And Kojo, you made a very good, explanation of what we are saying. So what it means is that, one, in assessing our performance, we probably need to do more, right? We need to do a little more so that, as the purpose of our IMF program is to help you get out of the hole, and it's always temporary. It's always fixed, short term, 3 years. Maximum if you defer, you decide to push it 4 years. So within that 4 years, let's say, yes, things are rough first year, 1.5 years, right? From 1.5 years, why don't we have a goal of saying that even though the debt is deferred, we will run the economy efficiently and be putting money aside to meet some of those future commitments?
That would bear some resemblance to the sinking fund
Absolutely.
strategy that you
yes.
made use of. All right, if you just joined us, we're talking to Seth Terkper. He thinks that things are not as rosy as they may be made to look. And let's be fair, nobody is saying that they are rosy. but he's saying that they might still not be as good as we are told they are. When we come back, we'll explore more with him. Stay with us.
You no longer need to travel far to access your funds, send from abroad, or conduct local transfers. With a network of 147 rural and community banks, RCBs, and more than 800 locations across the country, ARB Apex Bank and the RCBs boast of the largest bank branch network in the country for all money transfer services.
Whether you are receiving funds from abroad or conducting local transfers, ARB Apex Bank and rural and community banks provide you with the convenience through various trusted money transfer services such as Western Union, Ria Money, Unity Link, Apex Link, and Ghana Pay. Visit us today to access a wide range of banking and money transfer services. ARB Apex Bank and rural community banks, together for progress.
Everywhere you go, big go for the friends and the family. Big go, big refreshing moment. Big go for the kids and the adults. Big go, boys and girls with a drink up. Big go, everywhere the party day. Big go, we go mash up the place with it. Big go, greatest in every battle. Big go, big go, big go, big go, big go, big go. Big refreshing moment.
Big old drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Blessing, do you know of any good medical school I can take Kofi to?
Oh, Fifi, is that why you're looking all moody? Then I have some good news for you. The College of Medicine and Allied Sciences, COMAS, Accra, Ghana, is a degree-awarding institution, and they offer Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery using the Graduate Entry Medical Programs, Bachelor of Diagnostic Imaging, and BSc Health Information Management. All these programs are accredited by GTEC. Their bilingual curriculum prepares you to consult in French.
But I'm worried about admissions.
Admissions are ongoing. Contact us on Facebook or on Instagram at info.comas or call us on 0208-456-556 or send them an email info@comas.edu.gh. COMAS, the citadel of a holistic professional medical education.
Chalet, we be Ghana. That be why DSTV, they give you more for less. From the 1st to the 31st of March, grab a DSTV decoder plus a dish and 1 month compact subscription at a cool 299 Ghana cedis. Watch Kudus and all our Ghana stars for Europe's top leagues. Plus movies for Kwaba Magic and the kids channels. Rush now for your DSTV full kit with 1 month compact subscription at any sales point for 299 Ghana cedis this March. DSTV, it's your moment.
Recoded to do more with ease. The enhanced GCB mobile app. Download now from Google Play Store or Apple Store for all your transactions. Smooth, safe, and secure. Chalet, tap the app. You don't need to have an account to upgrade. GCB mobile app. Recoded to do more. Upgrade your style. GCB Bank. Your bank for life.
Ladies, mark your calendars for a groundbreaking event, the 6th National Women's Summit and Expo in collaboration with Geisha.
Yes, yes!
Picture this, a day packed with inspirational keynote speakers, panel discussions, and interactive workshops, plus our Everything Women Expo with discounts on food, fashion and beauty, health and wellness, and many more attractions. All these happening on International Women's Day, 8th March at the Accra International Conference Center from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Don't miss the happy hour from 4 p.m. with live music, a fashion show, and good vibes. Admission is free! Brought to you by Geisha with support from Joy FM, Enterprise Live, MTN, Frytol, EcoBank, and powered by Charter House. Inspire inclusion.
Let me share my experience with you at the new Aqua Safari Resorts. When you arrive, you're greeted by warm smiles and introduced to your 24-hour butler who already has your itinerary sorted. Enjoy water sports activities like jet ski rides, kayaking, water sliding, flyboarding, and castnet fishing. You can even have your lunch here on the boat cruise. Let the tour guides take you through the sceneries of the mangrove forest, the friendliness of the animals, while you pet and feed them. We chose to have our breakfast with a beautiful sunrise right in front of our cabin.
Visit Aqua Safari Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Happy Monday and welcome to Vital Signs by Sonotech Medical Center. I'm Dr. Grace Bachman. This month, we dive into the intricate world of kidney health. Your kidneys work tirelessly, keeping your body in balance. Think of your kidneys as nature's filtration system. Every day, they filter about 120 to 150 quarts of blood, removing waste products and excess fluids. Amazing, right? Your kidneys also regulate essential substances in your blood, such as electrolytes and hormones that control blood pressure and red blood cell production. They also activate vitamin D for strong bones. This has been Vital Signs by Sonotech Medical Center. You can reach us on 0242439467 and visit us at the West Hills Mall, Oxford Street Mall, and Tema Community 9.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, 9:08 on the Super Morning Show. You're very welcome back. And our guest is Seth Tekwe. He used to run the economy. And of course, he has a thought or two about how things are going right now. We're told that we're turning the corner. We're told things are looking up. Well, how accurate is that? What exactly has changed since the time when things were bad? That wasn't so long ago. When we were reduced to junk status, our credit rating was reduced to junk status. When we had to go to the IMF, when we had to take haircuts, dip our hands into people's investments and savings and pensions just to keep things running. That was bad. But now they say it's better. What has changed? What is it about the reporting that is making things look so good? And is it accurate? Or is there a truer picture that we are not being shown? That's what we're exploring with the former finance minister. Now, did you know that MTN Momo has an app now? Yeah. MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. Just download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store onto your smartphone and look out for the blue and yellow icon. It's that simple. Momo app allows you to view your statements, pay bills, and so much more. Use the app for your Momo transactions and enjoy a 100% bonus when you recharge using the Momo app. So go on, download the Momo app now and start transacting with a flex at no data cost. Just Momo it everywhere you go.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. Now they've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It is hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time, offering free delivery within Accra and Tema, and they accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions apply at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmark. So let's get back to it, Honorable Tekwe. You've been talking about, using the primary balance, which sometimes, because of the situation we find ourselves. But even if you were to look at 2024, for instance, fiscal balance, we have a deficit, projected deficit, of 4.8% of GDP. That's not bad, is it?
Well, it's not bad. I mean, definitely. That's if we are able to achieve it. And that's a fiscal balance. And it's not bad, but even there I have some reservations because...
What are those reservations?
Well, to calculate a fiscal balance, another item is arrears. And there's a publication. I don't know if it's still on the Ministry of Finance website, which was started in 2010. We called it back then the contract database. There's some different name. We didn't have control of our contracts. Ministry of Finance, the value of contracts awarded in the system. So we embarked on making sure that all the ministries gave us a profile of the contracts they had. It shows the value of the contract sum, the revised contract sum. If there's a variation, it showed of the contract what is in progress and what is not in progress, not started, of the contract work in progress, what is certified as done and what is uncertified. As done, what is paid out of the certified and what is unpaid, right? By 2016, it had been fairly, enhanced to the point where we're going to use part of the outstanding to inform, and the contract itself to inform the medium term, right? What it meant is that if you have a road contract which is going to last the next 2-3 years, maybe we should put a moratorium on new award of new roads so you can finish, what you have from your budgetary allocation for the medium term. Now, back to your question. Today, from 13 billion back then, approximately, the contract values in the system is 77 billion, out of which I believe 53 billion or so, is work in progress and payments and others have been done. I still think that the provision we are making for arrears is not adequate. And that is where your question comes in. I would like to see more of those arrears reflected. In fact, a chunk of it, about 37 billion or so, 32, if I'm not mistaken, has been, bundled and added to debt. That's the IPP debt and the rest. So that contract sum has reduced. Yes, still, even if you took 37 out of 77, it's still huge. So it's a provision for arrears, of what, 2 billion, 3 billion adequate? And that is because, remember the measure I told you, we are still using, instead of using that contract database, we are still using the arrears unpaid bills for the last 3 or 4 years.
So here you see the arrears
yes.
You see the arrears of
payables, yes.
The payables. So the arrears is 11.6 billion. If you were to add this to the 50 billion, the deficit becomes 61 billion. So that would take it above 5%.
Yes, but I'm saying that exactly. So if you were to as middle income countries do, they try to put this, crude calculations. Now we have a database, so it means that no one is saying immediately. When you do 2 things, you slow down the award of contracts. So you remember pipeline. Former president said we are going to stick to the pipeline. Slow it down, clean what is in the system, and then begin to exercise more control through the gifts. That is your transition to true middle income country. Right. I wouldn't have a problem with the 4% if I'm assured, and that's what we're going to monitor, if I'm assured that the provision for arrears is adequate. Because remember, we have a history where part of those arrears were shown as footnotes or memorandum, and we're being told we're doing well. Not too long ago.
So in that case, you've talked about the primary balance, you've talked about the fiscal balance. Now you say if you have the assurance, then you wouldn't have a problem. Does that then tell you that we are on the right path based on these figures?
No, the fiscal framework we have now, right? If you take the Public Financial Management Act and the Fiscal Responsibility Act together, it gives a framework which will put Ghana on the right path. If you manage debt and you don't stop paying your debt, you see, Kojo, the issue is this: where do we want to be with our debt? Let's say that, because we don't want to starve ourselves too much, we want to be between 60-65%. That would enable us, be tolerated in the in the capital markets. It takes 2 steps. First, you have to bring your 90%, even if you say 80 to 65, right? And then aim to maintain 65, and if possible, be reducing it to 55. How do you do that? You cannot do that by just borrowing and not paying. When we talk about bilateral loan, we pay principal and interest. When we talk about multilateral loan, World Bank, IMF, we pay principal and interest. So normally we don't default on those. Where do we normally have the problem? One, treasury bills. It's for 3 months, right? Treasury bills is for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, when you borrow, at the end of the 3 months, meanwhile, every week you are issuing treasury bills. But let's say that at the end of 3 months, instead of paying down, you borrow to refinance. Or if I like it, I'm holding treasury bills, I tell my bank, oh, roll over. In that case, government doesn't have a headache to pay. So we don't pay. You issue because you need the money, particularly now when it's only treasury bills. So you issue another treasury bill. You are issuing 2 types. You get your finance people to analyze it for you. You are issuing one to pay back debt, which because you can't pay from revenue, and you are adding on top. That's the rollover. And that's why we talk about rollover risk. It means that you are rolling over and adding, rolling and adding. We've taken that habit to bonds, 3-year bonds, 5-year bonds, domestic. Right? We are not making repayment. You will never maintain your 65% where you want to live comfortably, which means that you must also manage the market. And you must have a mechanism for repayment, which I believe, I read a book during the global financial crisis. This time is different. Because every government thinks, oh, this time is different. I can do things. It's not different. Right? So, for a country that was, took its debt to HIPC, and for a country that has now defaulted, right? 2014, for me, was very informative. We sat back in 2014, and then with my staff, we did some calculation. We had strengthened the debt management unit. And we realized that if you issued a domestic bond in 2010 to clear single span, doing so, it was falling due 2013. If you issued a 5-year bond, right, in 2010, 2015, it was falling due. And unlike the multilateral and bilateral loan, we paid only interest. So we're deferring the principal. But the big one in 2014 was the 2007 bond, which was going to fall due in 2017. And we were to cough 750 million in addition to the domestic bonds and others. This is the story of the sinking fund. So we realized the Constitution provided for sinking fund. The Petroleum Revenue Management Act states that if the stabilization fund is growing, you can go to Parliament and cap it. But you must use it for only contingency fund and debt repayment. That's how we set up the sinking fund.
So
and
the idea...
true enough, we were able to use our own oil money, both NDC and NPP when they came in, to pay down 550 million of that 750 million for the first time from our own resources. Should we have continued? We didn't. We kept borrowing.
So the idea of the sinking fund, the reason why you employed it, was that your view is if you incur a debt, you must contribute to the payment of that debt rather than defer it for someone else to come in the future and have to pay it.
You may, even in your own period like we are experiencing now, not be able to go to the market again. It has not even gotten to the next generation. What? That's the reality of what I'm saying. That I'm saying that from 2017, with 3 oil fields, we kept borrowing, and instead of, it was oil. Instead of putting money in the sinking fund, we didn't put money in it to be paying down and whatever. In our generation, we have defaulted because we did not continue to make provision to pay down the debt.
Great. So still talking about, the trajectory. You're talking about the economy. You've made the point. You had issues with the primary balance. Now we've looked at the fiscal balance. We've looked at the deficits. We looked at it and projected, based on at the 2024 budget, 4.8%. That you say, well, you don't have a problem with it. So if these 2 measures point to something positive, I say positive because We've talked about fiscal deficit of not more than 5%. And this is 4.8%. Then it means we're doing well.
I added a qualification. I said I'd like to see on a budget and media review basis how much provision we are making for arrears. If you are still pushing it in footnote, no, I know that you are not going to achieve that goal. And if we are only substituting our borrowing without market access, both the domestic market access for bonds and the domestic and the external market access, if what we are doing is substituting it with treasury bills and we keep rolling over and we are not making provision, we are only substituting the problem with treasury bills.
Okay.
And we don't have a repayment mechanism. So why should I have confidence in the fact that, because the IMF program says that our debt will come down to what? To even 70%. Why should I have faith in it? You are not paying down your debt.
So in the absence of these, based on what you see now, you don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem. I'm saying that we are borrowing. We keep borrowing. And what you are doing is that you are substituting treasury bills at 30% plus. The rate may be going down.
It's actually gone down for the 9th time, consecutive time. Now it's going down.
It can
below 30%.
Below 30%. Remember when we did the sinking fund and we did the World Bank money to do the refinancing, the rate for T-bills and others fell to 16%.
Yes.
Yes. And then it started climbing. So I'm saying, even at 20%, you are substituting, right, a short-term loan at 20% with even the harshest, sovereign bond that we issued at 10.2%.
We've been shut out of the capital market, international one. We're struggling to actually.
Who are you blaming? You stopped the sinking fund.
Yeah, but
you stopped the repayment.
So the question really is that looking forward, we know the problems we have. What other options are available to us?
There are hard options. Reduce expenditure. For example, when crude oil prices fell, even with the day schools that we're talking about, 2015, when we read the budget, crude oil prices fell. That's for the 2016 budget. Didn't we cut the number? Didn't President Mahama say that we are not going to do all the 200? We are not going to continue building 200. I think we came down to 120 or so. And then we even made a qualification that of that 120 we will complete, I think about 50 or 60. And then with 10 field Sankofa coming, and with the economy improving in 2017, if we had won, it was then that would have gone back.
Let me ask you a question.
To build them. So what I'm saying is that, it takes policies. It takes, a certain, if you want to please and you want to continue, using numbers, fidgeting and others and showing that you are performing well, you crash eventually.
And talking about using numbers and showing that you're performing well, so we're told there's a lot of improvement. We've turned the corner. It means we're doing well. When you look at the Ghanaian economy today, do you see improvement in it?
I see improvement, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't deny. We are in a fund program. I remember we have a slew of, Kojo, I hope is the word. Yes. I listen to you in the morning, of arrears, which hasn't been paid and all that. And I'm saying that I happen to be privileged in a position where I can be monitoring all of these things. And I don't like what I see. So
what do you see that you don't like?
Of course, you are not making provision to pay your debt. You are relying on only, it's not sustainable. Rely on only treasury bills to finance will crash. It's not sustainable.
All right. Well, I think you've really outlined your theory for our understanding. It's now time for our audience to chew on it and see how they also feel. But I want to say a big thank you to you for your time with us this morning. It's always enlightening to have Seth Tekpe with us in the studio. Today was
always a pleasure to be in the studio.
Yes, former Minister of Finance, Mr. Seth Tekpe. All right. Well, we've got some friends popping by in a moment. Stay with us. The Super Morning Show continues after this.
Tell me, when was the last time you visited your dentist? Within the last 6 months? 1 year? Beyond 2 years? Never. The Ghana Dental Association recommends seeing your dentist at least 2 times each year in order to maintain optimal oral health. My name is Dr. Gwendolyn Amakwe Baiche, and this is Time with the Dentist, proudly sponsored by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association. So why should you visit your dentist this often? The primary reason is for prevention. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. I know most of us have the habit of visiting the hospital or clinic only when we are in pain or discomfort. It is important for the dentist to institute some preventive measures to avoid dental disease, like fluoride application to strengthen the teeth and sealants to prevent tooth decay. It is expected that by brushing your teeth twice a day, you're able to get rid of the plaque that accumulates on the teeth surface. But once plaque hardens over time to form what we call tartar or calculus, your toothbrush is unable to get rid of this tartar. Tooth replacements, be it fixed or removable, like crowns, bridges, or dentures, also require regular professional dental care, as they can equally accumulate plaque and tartar. So another reason to visit the dentist regularly is to have your teeth professionally cleaned to keep your teeth and gums healthy. Early detection and diagnosis of diseases of the mouth and teeth is very important. These may seem minor at first, but the longer you wait to see a dentist, these problems develop into something more serious, which will require more extensive and expensive treatment. Also, if you already have an ongoing oral health problem, regular visits will enable the dentist monitor your progress and respond to any new developments early. As the mouth is a reflection of the body, the dentist is usually the first to detect a more serious medical condition that you may not be aware of. These are medical conditions or diseases of the body that have an oral manifestation or show signs in the oral cavity. The dentist can also give you good advice on how to care for your teeth, what to do in emergency situations, the changes to expect with the children as they grow, and answer any question you may have. Bleeding gums is one of the early signs of dental trouble. So what should you do when your gums are bleeding? Visit your dentist. All things being equal, an adult should have 32 teeth. Prevention is better than cure, and actually easier on your pocket. Consider scheduling an appointment with your dentist if you haven't yet. Remember to brush day and night with a fluoride toothpaste like Pepsodent. Your health is your responsibility. This campaign is brought to you by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association.
Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and we're gearing up for some big things. Stay with us. Don't forget though, just a couple of days from now, 3 days from now, on Thursday, the 7th of March, renowned Ghanaian film director Shirley Frimpong Manso, Nigeria's Rita Dominic, South Africa's Bonang Mateba, and others will share their untold stories of courage in Accra at Women of Valor. This is Nana Banamwa's event coming up. If you want to attend, you need to register. Go to womenofvalor.co to join. And they will be there at 9 a.m. at UPSA Auditorium. You can be a part of this, okay? And then there are lots and lots of companies that are supporting it. And of course, Joy 99.7 FM is one of them. So make sure you're there to enjoy this amazing event.
Kojo, Eastern Camp Adventure.
Yes.
The place we are going to share the tent. No?
You and who are going to share the tent?
Yes. You know, in fact, I mean, you know that we brought you some time ago, the Afaja to Conquest. There's also the kayaking on the Volta Lake. The kayaking, you do one, do the other. You do the other one on the Volta Lake. Yeah. No, but
it's kayaking. That's the explanation you are
giving. If it's the canoe, you do paddling. But if it's a special one, now the transparent ones, you sit in, everyone can see you. That's kayaking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, canoe, the paddle. Yes. No. So all these things have happened in times past, but this year and in Ghana month, we are bringing you a very wonderful one. In North Chaya, we're making new discoveries. We are creating new experiences and relive nightlife back in the day Eastern Camp Adventure. This time, we'll pitch camp somewhere on the Serena Bree Mountain. Experience the adventure of tent accommodation. Sit by the fireside and tell Anansi stories. Where is Anansi? Yeah. Okay. Well, the Jama Night and the Jungle Party with barbecue will be wonderful. It will be lit. In fact, the barbecue will be barbecuing, as the young people of this generation has been saying. We will visit the Asinima waterfalls, the Wukugwa and the Safari Valley Eco Park, among other things. You understand? You go and sit there and eat from that particular nice place. All the Patagonian, Mara things will be roaming. Then you are still eating there. You think about all the things I've mentioned, though. It's all part of the single adventure experience. 1,500 cities, your transportation, access to tourist sites, full board meals, and everything else is covered. Just 1,500 cities. It can buy your prepaid. Yes. See, you can save a spot now.
It really can't.
They can't buy your prepaid anyway. Now, save a spot now. Pay via Momo to 059-303-8842. 059-303-8842. The name on the Momo is Daniel Boyfio Multimedia Group. And please reference Joy Camp or via the short code *714*003# and follow the prompt. For more information, please call 0302-216-540. 0302-216-540. The Eastern Camp Adventure. Discoveries, fun, and memories.
You know, we almost forgot one of the big birthdays of one of our most avid listeners. This guy, wherever he is in the world, does not miss the Super Morning Show. I'm talking about our very own Solomon Nyantichi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, today's birthday.
It was yesterday.
Oh.
Which is why we almost missed it.
Oh, yeah. Sunday. So belated.
Indeed.
If Sunday, Friday, Monday will not be belated like that because the week is now starting. You can enjoy.
We are still eating cake.
Oh, but that's his entire week birthday.
Indeed. Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz.
Yes.
Yeah. So happy birthday, belatedly, to our very own Solomon Nyantichi, who
great guy.
I have no doubt is listening right now as we speak.
Okay,
there is still more. There's still more after these.
Hello, AT customers. May I have your attention, please? Ready for the good news? Yes, this is really exciting news from your favorite network, AT. AT is giving you, their cherished customer, a whopping 200% airtime bonus every time you buy airtime via credit transfer or AT Money. You can use this bonus to talk from Kren to Kran for up to 72 hours. Do you also know the interesting fact? You can ask your agent to do direct data bundles such as Sikakoko, Big Time, and Fuse bundles for you. So, the next time you need to top up whether airtime or direct internet bundle, just find the nearest AT agent and request for credit transfer or dial *110# to buy directly from your AT Money wallet. Don't miss your 200% bonus. Top up now. Spread the concern.
AT. Life is simple.
We've conquered Ghana with you, escaped with you to the western region, gone on the Savannah Safari together. Remember that Fajeto conquest, kayaking on the Volta Lake? Those were very educative, fun, and memorable discoveries of Ghana we made together. It's now time to take it a notch higher, make new discoveries, create new experiences, and relive nightlife back in the days with the Eastern Camp Adventure. This time, let's pitch camp on top of the serene Ebri Mountains, experience the adventure of tent accommodation, sit by the fireside, and relive those typical Ghanaian moments with a Nancy Stories jungle party with barbecue, Jama night, movie, a visit to the cinema waterfalls, and a Wukugwa, among other historic places. Let's also spend time at the Safari Valley Eco Park with good lunch. With only 1,500 Ghana cedis, your transportation, access to tourist site, food, board meal, and everything else is covered. Save a spot now. Pay via Momo to 059 303 8842. Name on Momo is Daniel Boyfio Multimedia Group. And please reference Joy Camp. Short code to purchase ticket is *714*003#. For more information, please call 0302 216540. The Eastern Camp Adventure, discoveries, fun, and memories.
GoTV is stepping up your entertainment from the 15th of January at no extra cost to you. If you are on GoTV Value, upgrade to GoTV Plus to watch GoTV Max. Already on GoTV Plus, upgrade to GoTV Max to enjoy GoTV Super. And if you are on GoTV Max, upgrade to GoTV Super to enjoy the best of the best on GoTV Super Plus. Don't wait. Step up your entertainment today. It's on us. GoTV. Love it. T's and C's apply.
National Health Insurance.
Great news! The National Health Insurance Scheme (NHIS) has waived the waiting period for all members aged 70 years and above. All 70 years and above are also exempted from paying a premium. Enrollment and renewal are absolutely free on the NHIS. Members who are 70 years and above can automatically access healthcare when they newly register with the NHIS or renew their membership annually. You are no longer required to serve the 1-month waiting period for late renewals. Dad, mom, grandpa, and grandma, let your old age be filled with good health and access instant healthcare at zero cost on the NHIS today. Download the My NHIS mobile app to register with your Ghana card or visit the nearest NHIS office. Terms and conditions apply. For details, contact the NHIS call center on 054 444 6447 or 0302 746 447. NHIS, your access to quality healthcare. This message is brought to you by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
Media Sambisanda Moa. Etiam Ratiano, Mumu, my planet, we Vietnam, Podom Pemo Maniacono. Eh, Quabna. No Mumu wants to me just Mali, Mariana there. Eh, and the crew, cooperate me, Rinambo, Pimusan, so you super excellent eba. I had a binding the Braille, who see it in a mobile, some man I want it. Sir, I need Nakujon, you super excellent Chaco, Nenry, a mouse, and we are credit, fit. No, what you are sleeping, your mother feel you. Kojo, sir. Yeah. Pepsodent Heba and a Pepsodent Charcoal. A idea. You're gonna natural.
FDIJ Jadion Katoyatu.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
campaign against free SHS. During the last election, I got the clear impression free SHS had been endorsed by all political parties, and all we needed to do was to keep improving it.
To the deep and large potholes which hinder our progress. We have learned as a school to endure. But I asked myself, must we suffer when we can seek help? In light of this, I would like to bring to your attention, ladies and gentlemen, some of the problems we face as a school. The inadequacy of furniture seems to be a challenge that is beginning to persist. The moments in which we gaze upon our sisters who must use plastic chairs in their classrooms and lack the tables to even comfortably write on, cannot but hold our broken hearts. Again, the inadequacy of computers is far below the standard our dear school has set for herself. With the library having only one working computer and the ICT laboratory having only 2 working computers to serve a student population of over 3,000, it is not far-fetched to say that we are struggling. Overcrowding seems to be a problem trying to develop tough skin in every corner of our dear school. Even with the introduction of a new house, hundreds of girls are seen sleeping on the floor. This problem also pushes us to eat our meals in 2 batches. And even with that, the dining hall seems to be overflowing during meal times, causing unbelievable congestion.
Wesley Girls High School Cape Coast looks beautiful and appears to be well endowed in terms of facilities. Meanwhile, all that glitters, they say, is not gold. Under the cloak of outward beauty lie a grave bed of dire needs. I will mention just a few. The new assembly hall, Your Honor, needs to be completed. Then again, Your Honor, our bus, you have promised us. Then I will add the pickup. Your Honor, Your Excellency, we simply need a proper facelift for our road network. Instead of patchworks, Wesley Girls High School deserves a befitting asphalted road network.
There are teachers in the campus of schools who are taking advantage of this and they are cooking what the children call illegal food. So if somebody sits here in Accra and tell you that the children are being fed well, I think it is so crazy that they shouldn't get that annoyed.
I have to buy all the textbooks for him. The form do not even have either. So what kind of free are they giving us? What is free in these free SHS? SHS, what can I enter? I mean, I don't know why so there. They won't listen to anybody. If it is MPP, they won't listen. If it is NDD, they won't listen. Whether it affects the people or not. And we have allowed it to happen several times. So for me, I think parents, we should stop complaining and take an action. It's the street.
The issue of free education, I don't think it's something that any of us can compromise on. And true, it may be that there have to be changes in the way in which we are administering it. You know, I can't take my child to Lachimota or Dogono and then leave him or her and drive away and kind of not pay anything, once I can pay for 10 people. You need to begin to get the data to then be discriminatory in how and who pays and who doesn't pay. But you could have done that before. You'd rather make that mistake to get, if it is a mistake, to get everybody in the system, for the nation to then begin to have a conversation and say, okay, this is good for us because we want our human capital to a certain level, but maybe let's begin to adjust it this way. But I think the issue of opening up and people coming to reality about, well, maybe we could do this differently, it's not a bad thing for a nation's growth.
So who is waging a war on free SHS? I wonder. Anyway, look, we like to talk our way to solutions. Joy News, in collaboration with an amalgam of professional bodies, is organizing a public lecture. The topic is, Has the Fourth Republic Delivered? Faith Leaders and Good Governors. Speakers include Abeku Sego, Susan Edua Mankwa. The main speaker is Theodore Albright, and the moderator is OB from Asempa FM. It's on the 5th of March. That's tomorrow from 6:30 p.m. at the British Council. Admission is free. You can call 0244-220-427 if you want to know more. This event is powered by Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. All right. Well, I'm sure we've got quite a lot we want to say to wrap this matter up, especially the free SHS thing. We'll do that after these.
Charlie, we be Ghana. That be why DSTV, they give you more for less. From the 1st to the 31st of March, grab a DSTV decoder plus a dish and 1 month compact subscription at a cool 299 Ghana cedis. Watch Kudus and all our Ghana stars for Europe's top leagues. Plus, movies for Aquaba Magic and the kids channels. Rush now for your DSTV full kit with 1 month compact subscription at any sales point for 299 Ghana cedis this March. DSTV, it's your moment.
Ago, mi here nya wawa tu, kemba Ghana nyon ye joy. Akwabo.
Miawezo.
Mama wana Akwabo.
Barka da zuwan watan kasan Ghana a nan gidan Radio Joy.
Obenim busumi eye Ghana busumi.
Miawezo over Ghana Month Jilla Joy 99.7 FM.
Akwaba eba Ghana Month on Joy.
Mimabe Akwaba, what Ghana siani lile yazu, what joy. We invite all of you to join us this March as we celebrate Ghana here on Joy 99.7 FM.
During this Ghana Month, you will be treated to our history, tourism, arts and culture,
our music, our food, language, beliefs, and all that makes us unique as a people.
Right here on Joy 99.7 FM. You'll also get to tell us stories about your region, town, or village and why we should make it a destination. Celebrating our uniqueness as a people.
Ghana Month on Joy FM.
Ghana Month on Joy.
Ghana Month on Joy.
Ghana Month on Joy.
Ghana Month on Joy. Joyously Ghanaian.
Ghana, we now have freedom.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Nana Banamoa's Women of Valor is back. On Thursday, 7th March 2024, renowned Ghanaian film director Shelley Frimpong Manson, Nigeria's Rita Dominic, and South African Bonang Mateba will share their untold stories of courage in a crowd. To attend, register now at www.womenofvalor.co to join us at 9 a.m. on the 7th of March at the UBSA Auditorium. Women of Valor is in partnership with Chango for your group contributions and crowdfunding. MTN, Verna Water, TheGhanaReport.com, Zenith Bank, Binance, Compassion International, Ghana Good Skin Foundation, Minimal RX, All My Hair, Office & Co, My Party Place, Beautiful Beneath, Goba Kinti, Ignite Youth Empowerment Initiative, SG Etiquette Consulting, Kiari Realty, Alliance Media, DDP, Palomax, Premier 369, First Class Solutions, Care Beauty Spa, Zinc Cosmetics, Image Bloom, Stannis Beauty Studio, Glam Brushes, and Uella Dazzles. And supported by Joy 99.7 FM.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
So literally everybody and their mothers and fathers have something to say about free SHS, and they are pointing out the ways in which it is not perfect. So is it really a radio station that is waging a campaign against it? Or are we not all interested in making it better, except for the ones who think it's perfect?
I mean, to be fair, this is a policy for everybody. Even if you didn't support it from the beginning, it's a government policy. It's not somebody's private project that we are forbidden from having conversations on that. It is our money. It's people's tax that's used to pay everything that's on free SHS. If we get it right, we'll all be happy because it's the future of our children we are talking about here. If it goes wrong, it's up to all of us, like all government policies. We criticize it. We point out the flaws in there. The response from state officials, the people we pay with our taxes to, is not to be defensive as if it is we against them. Because some of them, they don't even have their kids in the schools in the first place.
Precisely.
So sometimes they can talk, they can do all of these long discussions. No parent will be interested in running down a program merely because the child is in the school. What do you gain out of it? Anyway, so I feel some of these things should be resolved. And I see what's happening across the schools. People are dismissing government in their heads and say, okay, this is how we can help. We will sit with the schools and get the help to them. Because they know that this kind of reaction that we get from government, instead of facing the thing head on, they're acting proverbial ostriches and pretending nothing is happening on the ground.
Raymond, I mean, look, speak to the headmasters. Yeah. Off record, they would tell you the truth. Last time I was sharing with you, Kojo, I was sharing with you, on a regional CHAS platform, how the heads were actually complaining about non-supply of food. They were complaining. But of course, we couldn't mention these schools because if you mention them, then immediately the headmasters are victimized or headmistresses. Today, you have seen a situation where students actually be the ones who are made to complain. You heard the son from the Wesley Girls student. So we're suggesting that this young girl is actually lying to the whole world.
So that she gets what?
She gets what in there? I mean, even if you want to say that, okay, headmasters and headmistresses are telling lies. This student who is less than 18 years, why would she lie?
Which politics is she interested in?
Exactly. Why would she lie? And the thing is this. Go to the schools. Don't go and take people. I don't even know whether anybody was saying it, but let's believe that story. Where did they take those persons to? And you announce visits to a school, and then you come back and say, we've been to the school and the food is good. Go round. This is a documentary. Sure, watch the documentary. You will hear the schools in there before you start talking. And I've made this point here before. When I went to Marley School, and the student said, hope you've had breakfast and everything. They said, no, they didn't have breakfast. I said, why? He said, yes, but the Tom Brown we had was without sugar and bread.
And this was before this documentary?
Yes,
before you mentioned this.
Before this documentary. And I'm not just mentioning
you've said this about 10 times on the show.
Yes.
Has the education ministry gone there?
Look, because these students, and they're complaining. Look, my friends, Raymond, we all sent, awards to school. Mm-hmm. I have friends who have children in Marley School. One of them's mother, who's the child's grandmother, actually has made it a habit of sending food to the child daily. If the woman is not in Accra and is in Ho, tomorrow is her birthday, I'll mention her name tomorrow. She makes it a point to send, and I was even complaining that, why don't you allow these children to also go through the system we all went through?
It is not the system we went through.
I'm coming. Then the mother says, when you were there, did I bring food to you people?
No.
Because at least what you were eating was food that could be eaten. But these boys, they are not getting any food to eat. So,
and they are set up, because the diners don't provide the food. Some people have also set up canteens close by.
Yes.
So you are expected to provide more money for your ward to be buying from the canteen instead of eating from the dining hall. We know these things happen in schools.
And today, parents are even happy. Look, the other truth is that parents are having to pay additional monies to schools to supplement food supply.
And they come with different fanciful names. They'll use all the other titles to try and get that. I'm not sure parents are complaining on that. Because if that's going to get their kids the right kind of food, no problem. But stop pretending that you are doing the right thing when we all know that there's a difficulty there.
And you see, this is it. So if without even seeing the evidence, you issue a statement,
you dismiss it,
that is immediately telling me that I can't rely on you to solve the problem.
That's it. Because if you see the evidence, you'll take yourself.
You are not interested.
Yeah.
Is it true? And I'm just asking, is it true that after the president visited Wesley Girls and the school headmistress and school prefect spoke of their concerns to the president directly, is it true that she was still threatened with sanctions? and that she had to go
Head teacher.
Yes, and that people had to go and beg on her behalf.
That the student is the one saying it now. It's the head teacher's problem.
Oh, the head teacher also voiced her concerns to the president. To the president too. Directly to him who?
The person she got elected.
So I'm asking, is this true or not? And if it is, then what does that tell you about any desire whatsoever to make things better? Your children are being used just to make somebody look good. Anyway, look, this is what I'll wrap up on. They can't feed your children, but they are going to give them tablets.
Listen to this. But let me just read some messages. This one says, look, I am a worker in Okwapem school in Okwapem. Anytime I pass by the dining hall, I feel too emotional. Look, the food these students eat is woefully poor and scanty. Most times there's no fish or meat at all. And sometimes it's even very difficult to tell what type of food that is served. Whether it's brown rice or some types of colored grains, one cannot also quickly see if the rice porridge served with some watery stew or Parents, if your words are saying they are not having enough to eat, believe them for God's sake and send them food. This is from a worried parent. And this one's from Kwesi in Kaswa, says the education ministry should accept that our children are starving in the schools. The free SHS is in shambles for now, but government and the ministry would never accept this.
Somebody sent me this. Says, Kojo, please don't mention my name, but in Holy Child, where my ward is, the quality of the food is very poor and the food is inadequate. The Parents Association provides them with quality food occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, they can't take over and feed them every day.
Yes, and that's the problem. Imagine you being in Accra, your child is in Cape Coast. You can't sell food there every day.
Meanwhile, some women's organizer has been given millions to pay to feed these children. Millions. And next month, they are going to give them tablets. So some people are just chopping money while your child is starving. In fact, your child is starving so they can chop money. That's what's happening. And we're supposed to be okay with this. We can't talk because if we talk, they will victimize our children. Hey! Anyway, maybe I'll leave it there. The thing I wanted to add, I will not add it. I'll just say thank you for listening. We're so grateful. We're back tomorrow with more. Stay with joy until then. On behalf of the team, I wish you a fantastic day. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the morning man.